Chapter 1 The God of Wealth System 2024 Early September. The first day of the new semester at Y City's Y State University. Although Y City is located in the Jiangnan region, summers here can still be quite hot. September is already autumn, but the scorching sun still bakes the earth relentlessly. Jingma sat on the high-speed train, gazing through the window at the scenery rapidly receding outside. "Excuse me, could you help me lift my suitcase up there?" Jingma was resting his chin on his hand, lost in thought, when a voice as clear as a silver bell sounded beside his ear. Jingma turned his head toward the source of the voice and saw a young girl standing in the center aisle of the high-speed train. The girl appeared to be around the same age as Jingma, likely 18 or 19 years old. Her hair cascaded like a waterfall, flowing naturally down to her waist. Her delicate and well-defined facial features carried a somewhat aloof air. She wore little makeup, yet her natural beauty was already quite striking. Tall and slender, she didn't appear much shorter than Jingma when standing. She wore a plain beige short-sleeve top with light blue jeans, and those straight, manga-like legs looked powerful enough to snap his neck. Jingma was only briefly dazed but quickly regained his composure. However, there was no one else around, and the girl's gaze was fixed on him, likely calling out to him. Hello, is there something you need?" Jingma looked at the girl with confusion as he asked. Fan Qingxue, seeing that Jingma had responded, hurriedly repeated what she had just said. "Hello, classmate. My suitcase is a bit heavy, and I can't lift it. Could you please help me carry it?" He looked up at the overhead rack and gestured for Jingma to place it there. Jingma simply nodded without a word, stood up, and effortlessly lifted the suitcase onto the overhead rack. The suitcase was indeed quite heavy. If he weren't a tall and strong guy, he might not have been able to lift it at all. After stowing the suitcase, Jingmo returned to his seat and resumed gazing aimlessly at the scenery outside the window. Beautiful women are indeed pleasing to the eye, but for someone like him, they are undoubtedly out of reach. Jingma still has some self-awareness. Jingma was seated in a three-person row, occupying the window seat. The young girl sat in the middle, while the aisle seat remained empty for now. After sitting down, the girl took out a piece of candy from somewhere. "Here, this is for you. Thank you for helping me lift my luggage." Jingma thought this girl was quite polite. He took the candy and replied, "No problem, you're welcome." Fan Qingxue had originally wanted to chat with Jingma, but seeing his somewhat aloof demeanor, she didn't take the initiative to start a conversation and began playing with her phone instead. A male student with a backpack and dyed light red hair came over and sat down right next to Fan Qingxue. The moment he noticed the beauty sitting beside him, his eyes instantly lit up. This girl has such an extraordinary aura, it's even more captivating than mere beauty. Her aloof, intellectual demeanor makes any guy standing beside her feel utterly inadequate. Fu Mingming, a freshman here for university registration, couldn't help but notice how even his high school's campus belle paled in comparison to the girl beside him. He deliberately smoothed his hair, carefully checked his reflection on his phone screen, and after feeling satisfied, mustered the courage to speak up. "Hi, are you also here for freshman registration?" Fan Qingxue glanced at the boy beside her and nodded with a cold expression. Out of politeness, she still replied, "Hello. Yes, I'm here for freshman registration." After speaking, she continued to look down at her phone. Fu Mingming, seeing the girl respond to him, felt emboldened again. "Which school are you from?" "I'm from Yang University. My name is Fu Mingming. If you're registering today, we might even be schoolmates." Fan Qingxue responded in the same calm tone. "Yes, I'm also heading to Yang University to register." Fu Mingming was overjoyed and pretended to be surprised. Then, "Beautiful. Let's exchange WeChat and get to know each other, just to make a new friend." Fan Qingxue smiled and waved her hand in refusal. "Sorry, I'm not really looking to expand my social circle right now." Fu Mingming was momentarily at a loss for words, and an awkward silence filled the air. Fan Qingxue wasn't averse to making friends, but she genuinely had little interest in the flashy boys around her. Instead, she found herself somewhat intrigued by the composed and reserved Jingma beside her. Pursing her red lips, she softly asked Jingma next to her, "Hey, are you also heading to Yang University to register?" Fu Mingming stood there like a fool, staring blankly at the two beside him. Damn it, he was so handsome, yet she didn't call him "hey," she called that silent guy "hey" instead. He was seething with jealousy. Jingma glanced at the sophisticated beauty beside him and replied calmly, "Yes, I'm also from Yang University, a freshman here to register." Seeing the two about to strike up a conversation, Fu Mingming quickly interjected, "Ah, you're a freshman too? Have you joined the freshman group chat? How about we add each other as friends? I can add you both to the group. If you have any questions about the school, you can just ask the seniors in the group." Noticing the other's enthusiasm, Jingma thought for a moment before taking out his phone and pulling up his WeChat QR code. "Then you can scan me." Fu Mingming noticed that Jingma had pulled up his WeChat QR code, but the stunning beauty beside him remained unmoved. This made him feel somewhat uncomfortable, as his original intention was to get the contact information of the beautiful woman next to him through this method. Fan Qingxue saw that Jingma had already displayed his WeChat QR code. After a moment of silence, she also pulled out her own WeChat QR code. Fu Mingming was overjoyed. He immediately added Fan Qingxue's WeChat first, and then reluctantly added Jingma's as well. Jingma was just about to put his phone away when Fan Qingxue beside him opened the WeChat scan function. "Classmate, let's exchange contact information too." Jingmo paused for a moment, then nodded slightly and handed his phone to Fan Qingxue. Adding her was just adding her. It wasn't like anything would happen between them in the future. What right did a lowly guy like him have to hope for a stunning girlfriend? This wasn't some novel after all. Fu Mingming wasn't lying. He actually added Jingmo and Fan Qingxue to a freshman group chat with over 1,000 members. The moment he added them to the group, a sudden voice rang in his ears. "Hello, host. Congratulations on activating the God of Wealth system." Detecting that the host's current assets are less than 1,000 yuan, the system will gift a beginner's package of 10 million yuan. Detected that the host has joined the freshman group. A temporary mission is hereby issued. Demonstrate your strength in the freshman group. Mission reward: a brand new Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Mission failure penalty: constipation. Chapter 2: Show your strength in the freshman group. System: and there are missions? Never thought the plot from novels would actually happen to me. Jingma took only a moment to accept this news. A wealth god system? So it helps me become rich? Finally, it's my turn to enjoy the good life. Did this system just give out a newbie reward? 10 million? At that moment, his phone pinged. Jingmo took out his phone and opened it. A notification message nearly made him dizzy with shock. A full 10 million yuan had indeed been transferred into his bank account. Was this a dream? Forgive his lack of worldly experience, but 10 million was enough to make him nearly faint from happiness. I've never seen so much money in both my lifetimes. Jingma is actually a transmigrator. In his previous life, he was just an ordinary earthling. 3 days after arriving in this parallel world, he received an enrollment notice. Since I'm here, I might as well make the best of it. Since I've transmigrated, I'll just live a good life. After all, as a bottom-tier person, what difference does it make where I exist? Never expected my golden finger would finally activate. Jingma was brimming with excitement at this moment. Fan Qingxue looked at Jingma beside her with confusion. How could this guy, who had been lifeless just moments ago, now be unable to suppress a grin? Jingma's attention was entirely focused on the system that had just awakened. What was that about demonstrating his strength in the freshman group chat? What exactly did strength mean in this context? Jingma opened the Yang University freshman group chat. A user with the screen name Jiang Musi posted the latest message. "I'm done for. My sister took an ugly photo of me while I was eating. Then they sent a meme expressing speechless frustration. Then he sent out his own photo. Oops. Accidentally sent it out. Whose little kitten am I? Meow meow meow." Jingma and Fan Qingxue beside him had almost identical expressions as they stared at the screen, both frowning so hard it looked painfully awkward. But why does this photo look so familiar? How? Jingma's gaze instinctively drifted to Fan Qingxue's side. This netizen named Jiang Mosai seems a bit like Fu Mingming beside me. The beauty filter seems a bit too heavy. I can only say there's some resemblance. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But then I saw Fu Mingming tapping away on his phone screen. Sure enough, someone else sent a message in the group chat the next moment. Rate this, not emotionally fragile. Back in high school, he was the universally acknowledged school heartthrob. Before, many girls said I look like a playboy. Do you think I look like one? Someone in the group chat couldn't take it anymore. A netizen named Chanxian commented. Can't tell if he's a scumbag, but he sure looks like scum trash. Jingma clearly saw the previously confident Fu Mingming's face turn ashen. As if you're so good looking yourself. I already said this was secretly taken by my sister. No angles were even considered. Fu Mingming had already started frantically typing back in retaliation. An alumnus with the username Kai Shuji commented. Getting worked up? Fu Mingming. What the hell are you in a hurry for? What credentials do you even have to bark like this here? Kai Shuji. Oh, nothing much. Just picked up a Land Rover. That's all. Any ladies need a ride from the station? My dad just got me this Range Rover. Still in the break-in period. So I figured I might as well put some miles on it. Fu Mingming. You're bragging about a lousy Land Rover? I've got a Bentley parked at home. Kai Shuji. What skills do you even have? Stop yapping when you look like a maggot from the toilet. Talking about a Bentley, does your family have a medical record instead? Can we spend euros at school? I just got back from a trip to Europe and haven't had time to exchange my money for RMB yet. Jingma felt speechless looking at the clowns in the group chat. He hadn't planned to engage with these idiots in the first place. Haven't they realized that out of the 1,000+ people in the group, it's just a few attention seekers like them who keep chiming in? Who in their right mind would even pay them any attention? But the system issued a task, forcing me to flaunt my capabilities in the group. What else could I do? Can I drive my Lamborghini to the registration today? Jingma sent this message in the group. If you want to show off your strength, just tell them you own a Lamborghini. Dude, if you can really drive a Lamborghini here, I'll bring my family's helicopter. Believe him or believe that I'm Qin Shi Huang. All hail the first emperor. Jingma, seeing that everyone didn't believe him, was about to send a 1 million yuan red packet. With over 1,000 people in the group, each person could receive about 1,000 yuan. The maximum limit for a group red packet is only 100,000 yuan. So Jingma directly sent a red packet in the group. As soon as the red packet was sent, even the lurkers in the group immediately came out to grab it. When those who received the red envelopes saw the amount, they all froze in shock. One by one, they all started counting the zeros in disbelief. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. They were stunned, completely dumbfounded. Damn, this is a real boss. He didn't say a word, just dropped a 100,000 yuan red packet to prove himself. Impressive. This is a true rich young master. Compared to this, those guys earlier look like clowns. I believe it now. I believe you own a Lamborghini. LMAO, those of you who just said your families own Range Rovers and Bentleys, why don't you send some red packets to prove it? Yeah, if you guys gave out 100,000, I'd praise you too. Congratulations, host. The mission is complete. Would you like to claim the system reward? Jing Mo silently recited, Claim. The car key has been directly generated in your pocket, and your vehicle has been spawned in the underground parking lot of the high-speed rail station. Jing Mo reached into his coat pocket and, sure enough, found a key. Jing Mo was beyond excited. A Lamborghini Aventador, a top-tier supercar worth nearly 10 million. He never even dared to dream of owning such a luxury car. Yet now he actually has one. This system is truly incredible. In just a few minutes, he went from being a penniless student to a multimillionaire. Now that he has this system, simply becoming a multimillionaire isn't enough. His ambitions need to be bigger. Time to set a small goal first. Become the richest person in Y City. Jingma was just feeling happy when Fan Qingshua's voice reached his ears again. What's got you so happy? Did something good happen? Fan Qingxue wasn't interested in what was happening in the group chat. After joining, she immediately turned on the Do Not Disturb mode. It was going to be a long journey, and he needed someone to talk to. The show-off next to him had already been ignored by him. Jingma was in a good mood and became more talkative. Well, nothing much, just looking forward to college life. Fan Qingxue nodded slightly. So where's your hometown? Jingmo replied, My family is from X prefecture. How about you? Where are you from? Fan Qingshua's eyes sparkled with amusement as the corners of her lips curled up. I'm a local from Y City. I went traveling up north before and just came back for the start of the semester. Beside them, Fu Mingming was practically green with envy. Not only had some random person humiliated him on his phone, but now some country bumpkin was stealing his spotlight in real life too. He thought he was being cool when he greeted Fan Qingxue, but all he got in return were 2 icy sentences. In contrast, that country bumpkin didn't even want to talk at first, yet the beauty took the initiative to chat with him. Chapter 3 Beauty I drive an Audi. But now, when he wanted to butt in, there was simply no topic left for him to interrupt. He's practically bursting if he doesn't show off. How are you getting to school later? I'm planning to take a taxi. If you can't manage, you can come with me. Consider it repayment for helping me earlier. Fan Qingxue actually had a favorable impression of the boy beside her. He was mature, steady, and spoke appropriately without any exaggeration. Unlike that Fu Mingming next to him, the contrast really highlighted the difference. Jingma politely declined. No need. Helping you was just a small favor, don't worry about it. I'll drive to school from the station. Oh, you already have a car now? What kind? Fan Qingxue casually asked out of curiosity. She didn't actually believe Jingma could drive anything particularly nice. However, being able to drive to school at this age already indicates a pretty good family background. Fu Mingming beside him had been holding back for a long time and finally found his chance to show off. Miss, what kind of good car could he possibly have? At best, it's just an M Grand or an Alto. No need to take a taxi, I also have a car at the station. As he spoke, he took an Audi car key from his waist. Fu Mingming was brimming with confidence, thinking to himself, this is an Audi, how could I not have you completely under my thumb? After speaking, he even cast a haughty glance at Jingma beside him. What do you have to compete with me? The car was actually his father's decade-old junker, with the interior worn beyond recognition. He had spent tens of thousands just to replace the entire exterior, all for the sake of showing off and playing the rich playboy to pick up girls. If I could win over Fan Qingxue, I'd be bragging about it for the rest of my life. He was already fantasizing about winning Fan Qingxue's heart, getting married, and having kids. But before his fantasy could extend to their second child, Fan Qingxue's voice snapped him back to reality. Sorry, but I won't be riding in your car. Before Fu Mingming could react, she turned to Jingma on the other side and asked, since you drove here, would you mind giving me a ride? It'd save me the cost of a taxi. She had zero fondness for that flashy Fu Mingming. Not only was he rude, constantly interrupting, but worst of all, he loved showing off his wealth and acting pretentious. People like him were utterly beneath her notice. Fu Mingming frowned at the two of them, thinking to himself, is this girl out of her mind? She'd rather ride in that country bumpkin-esque junk car than my Audi. From the moment he first saw Jingma, he knew this guy wasn't wealthy, not a single valuable item in his outfit. What kind of decent car could someone like this even drive? Jingma rubbed his nose, observing Fu Mingming's earlier provocative expression, but he didn't take it to heart. Now this beautiful girl actually wanted him to give her a ride? How could that be? I just got this brand new Lamborghini and haven't even had the chance to drive it myself yet. Plus, with her huge suitcase, there's no space in my car anyway. What if it gets scratched or dented? I'd be heartbroken. Women only slow you down when you're driving a supercar. Before he could even refuse, Fu Mingming beside him insisted, Miss, my car is an Audi. Haven't you heard of Audi? Fu Mingming thought Fan Qingxue might not recognize the Audi logo, so he quickly explained that his car was a luxury vehicle. Fan Qingxue said impatiently, I know what an Audi is. I just don't want to ride in your car. Her gaze turned to Jingma again. She was certain he would agree to let her ride in his car, as no man had ever refused her request before. Jingma looked somewhat awkward and replied apologetically, sorry, my car is a bit small. There's not enough room. Fan Qingxue looked at Jingma in disbelief, thinking to herself, this man actually rejected me, and his excuse was so lame. What did he mean by saying the car was too small for her? Was he mocking her for being fat? Fu Mingming laughed upon hearing this, as if he had figured something out. Pointing at Jingma, he said with a grin, I told you, he probably doesn't even have a car. He rejected you because he's afraid you'd expose his bragging. Miss, there's no point talking to someone like him. Let this broke loser ride a shared e-bike to school. You should come with me in my car. I'd rather walk with him than get in your Audi. Fan Qingxue was genuinely getting fed up with him. How could this guy be so incessantly talkative? Even after being rejected so many times, he still had the nerve to keep pestering her. At this moment, the high-speed train arrived at the station. Classmate, could you trouble you to help me get my suitcase down? Originally, this request was directed at Jingma, but Fu Mingming saw it as his chance to shine. Like a dog spotting a bone, he immediately stood up to grab the suitcase from the overhead compartment. No trouble at all. No trouble at all. What Fu Mingming didn't expect was that the suitcase would be so heavy. He had just tried to pull it when he realized he couldn't handle it, and the suitcase came crashing down. As luck would have it, it landed right on his face. Jingma couldn't bear to watch, it was just too embarrassing. Even the usually thick-skinned Fu Mingming couldn't help but blush at this point. Feeling so awkward, he wished he could dig a 3-bedroom apartment with his toes. Jingmo teased jokingly, You're being way too respectful, using your face to catch the suitcase. After being hit like that, Fan Qingxue couldn't really blame him and quickly asked if he was hurt. To show his masculinity, Fu Mingming endured the intense pain on his face and pretended nothing had happened. It's fine, my hand just slipped. Fan Qingxue breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing there was no issue. Don't be so reckless next time. With that, she grabbed her suitcase and prepared to find Jingma. She was determined to ride in his car. She'd never been rejected by a guy like this before. She really wanted to see if he could truly remain indifferent to a beauty like her. She had only lingered with Fu Mingming for a short while before standing up and seeing Jingma already about to exit the train car. Is this guy in such a hurry because he's rushing to be reborn? Fan Qingxue was almost driven to madness. Women can be like that sometimes. What they can't have becomes attractive, while what's readily available is utterly disregarded. As for why Jingma ran so fast, well, it's a Lamborghini, the ultimate dream for any man. If he hadn't been concerned about his image, he would have sprinted there on all fours. Jingma dashed ahead. Fan Qingxue followed behind with her long legs striding alongside her luggage, while Fu Mingming kept calling out, "Beauty, beauty," by her side. "Hey beautiful, come with me, let's get to know each other. I'll treat you to dinner tonight." The three of them gathered together in the elevator of the underground parking lot. "Hey, why are you walking so fast, big brother?" Fan Qingxue panted heavily, her tone full of complaint. Jingma was exasperated to see the girl still hadn't left him alone. "Huh? I always walk this fast normally." Jingma realized there was no escaping now. Fan Qingxue gritted her teeth and asked angrily, "Can you give me a ride since we're going the same way?" Jingma sighed. "No, miss, my car is really small. It's very cramped." Fan Qingxue's stubbornness flared up. "Even if you were riding an electric bike, I'd still ride with you." Fu Mingming, standing nearby, was also seething with hatred for this Jingma. "Beauty, on such a hot day, if you ride an electric bike with him, what are you going to do with your luggage?" Fan Qingxue retorted coldly, "None of your business." As the three of them walked out of the elevator, Fu Mingming pressed the car key, and the lights of an Audi A4 flashed in response. The Audi's headlights flickered briefly. Chapter 4. Shattering your young master dream with one punch. Fu Mingming was very confident about his Audi. He believed Fan Qingxue would surely regret how she had treated him once she saw his luxury car, begging him for a ride. The underground parking lot currently only had a Mercedes and a Phaeton parked, neither of which could possibly belong to Jingmo, that country bumpkin. As for the pitch-black Lamborghini Aventador gleaming sharply in the distance, he didn't even consider it a possibility. If Jingma could afford a Lamborghini, Fu Mingming would literally eat. The rich kid in the group chat who sent out 100,000 yuan might actually be able to afford a Lamborghini, but he didn't believe that poor bastard Jingma had one. There were only 3 cars parked in the lot right now, and beyond that was the taxi zone. Maybe the two of them had chosen to take a cab, but it still meant losing face. "Hey beautiful, you should just come with me. That broke ass doesn't he even have a car." He walked to his car, opened the passenger door, and gestured politely with a please. Fan Qingxue remained unmoved. At this point, she didn't even want to waste another word on this pretentious idiot. Fu Mingming's patience had worn thin. He spoke coldly, "Miss, the high-speed train just arrived, and everyone's trying to hail a cab. It'll be hard to get one now. You'd better just ride with me." Jingmo listened to the commotion behind him and couldn't help but admire Fu Mingming's audacity, thinking to himself, "This guy really has no shame." Fan Qingxue caught up and said in an unfriendly tone, "Classmate, do you not have a car? It's fine. If you don't, I can call a taxi, and you can ride back to school with me." As she spoke, she took out her phone, ready to book a ride-hailing service. Despite her words, her impression of Jingma had soured slightly. As the former class belle, she had never been rejected before. Jingma's unwillingness to engage with her left her feeling somewhat aggrieved. To get rid of that annoying guy behind me, I'll have to use Jingma as a shield for now. Seeing how polite this beautiful girl was and how eager she was to return to school with him, Jingma decided to take her along. After all, it was on the way, he just wasn't sure if a large suitcase would fit in the front trunk of the Lamborghini. "Then don't take a taxi. You can ride in my car." Fan Qingxue looked around in confusion. There were no cars nearby anymore. They were already at the deepest part of the underground parking lot. Only a black Lamborghini was parked in the center. Fan Qingxue didn't know many car brands, but she recognized world-class luxury cars like Lamborghini and Ferrari. Their cars usually cost several million, which is not something an ordinary family could afford. "Does this car belong to Jingma?" Fan Qingxue gave a bitter smile. How could that be possible? If he were really that wealthy, why would he take the high-speed train to school? Yet, in the very next moment, a scene that left her stunned unfolded. Jingma actually took out a key and pressed it toward the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini's headlights flashed in response. The car was truly his. Fan Qingxue stood frozen in place. Utterly shocked, the person she'd traveled with on the high-speed train turned out to be a rich second-generation heir. Jing Mo calmly opened the driver's door of the Lamborghini. "What are you standing there for? Get in the car." Jing Mo casually greeted her before getting into his luxury car. Though he was bursting with excitement inside, he had to maintain a composed facade. He couldn't let others laugh at him for acting like someone who'd never seen the world before. Jing Ma opened the front compartment of the Lamborghini, then got out to pull Fan Qingshue's suitcase. "I told you the car is a bit small and cramped. Look at this piece of junk, it can't even fit a suitcase." "Well, there's no other way. You'll just have to tough it out and hold it on your lap in the passenger seat." Jing Ma's tone sounded like he was complaining, but anyone hearing it would think he was just showing off. "Damn it, if you don't want to drive it, give it to me. I don't mind the cramped space." Fan Qingxue got into the car in a daze, still unable to snap out of it. She never expected Jingma's car to be a world-class supercar. After getting in, Jingmo ran his hands over the racing-style steering wheel, so exhilarating, though the visibility was a bit low. Jingma started the engine. Boom! A loud noise echoed through the underground parking lot, drawing the attention of everyone present as they all turned to look in that direction. Jingma stepped on the accelerator, and the sheer power left him stunned. It felt as if the beast beneath his feet could barely be restrained. "Now, let me experience the roar of this V12 engine. Fasten your seatbelts, we're taking off." Meanwhile, Fu Mingming in his Audi A4L stared blankly at the scene, wishing he could just drop out of school to avoid ever seeing these two again. This was utterly humiliating. Turns out I was the clown all along. From that day on, Fu Mingming stopped driving his Audi A4L and cut off his flashy hairstyle. Years later, drunk and emotional, he reflected, "Back in my freshman year, I thought driving an Audi made me superior to others. But I never expected that the moment I saw a student around my age escorting the girl I liked into a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, my inferiority complex peaked. I clearly realized how vastly the gap between people could be magnified." Fu Mingming. "If only I could drive a Lamborghini." Fu Mingming fantasized for a moment. "Then I wouldn't even need to speak, the Lamborghini would speak for me." Jingma had no idea he had inadvertently shattered a young man's dream of owning a luxury car. A black supercar on Wenchang Middle Road reflected blinding rays of sunlight. The cars traveling alongside him didn't dare to drive parallel to him. With its cool appearance and the high-profile roar of its engine, the passing crowd all turned their heads to look. Jingma's hands on the steering wheel were trembling with excitement. It was just too awesome. As he drove past a traffic light intersection, a jaw-dropping scene unfolded before his eyes. In the distance, a fleet of luxury sports cars was speeding toward him at an astonishing pace. Leading the pack was a dazzling red Ferrari, like a wild lion, with a convoy of supercars following closely behind. The lineup included Lamborghinis, McLarens, Porsches, and more, totaling over a dozen vehicles. These people seemed to completely disregard traffic rules, recklessly overtaking other vehicles, displaying extraordinary driving skills. They swept past like a whirlwind, eliciting gasps of amazement or curses from pedestrians. At lightning speed, the red Ferrari raced down the highway at an astonishing pace. At this moment, its speed had already soared to a jaw-dropping 200 kilometers per hour. The woman in the driver's seat was none other than the highly acclaimed beauty anchor, Xiaoya. Not only was she stunningly beautiful, but she was also a highly skilled professional racer. At this moment, she became the center of attention for everyone. Meanwhile, Xiaoya's live stream erupted with excitement, as comments flooded the screen like a snowstorm. Someone exclaimed, "Xiaoya is so cool, driving at 200 kilometers h and still steering with one hand." Others questioned, "What do you know? Xiaoya isn't even going all out, she's waiting for the cars behind to catch up." Then another comment popped up, "I actually think she's not driving that fast." Immediately, someone retorted, "Damn, haters are everywhere. If you're so good, why don't you try it yourself?" For a moment, the live stream chat was filled with endless arguments. Chapter 5: The Race. The Ferrari pulled up alongside Jingma's Lamborghini. Xiaoya glanced through the window in Jingma's direction with a haughty smile, then revved the engine a few times as if to provoke him. At first, Jingma had no intention of engaging just a bunch of reckless street racers, after all. Just then, the system's voice suddenly chimed in. Hostile provocation detected. Temporary mission issued. Race the Ferrari and win. No exceptions. Mission completion reward. A novel publishing company. Mission failure penalty. Constipation. Jingma couldn't help but curse out loud after hearing this. Damn it! Beside him, Fan Qingxue looked at Jingma with confusion, not understanding what was going on. Jingma waved his hand. It's fine, it's fine. Outwardly fine, but inwardly he'd already started cursing. Can't we change the punishment? Why is it always constipation every single day? System. No. Jingma. Damn it. I just got my driver's license a few days ago. How am I supposed to compete with her? She was driving at over 200 just now. System. Detected that the host's current driving skills are at a novice level, temporarily gifting a professional racing driver trial card. Jingma claimed the trial card. System. Would you like to use the trial card? Upon use, you will gain the skills of the world's top racing driver. But this state will only last for 10 minutes. Jingma. Damn it. Just 10 minutes? Your system is so stingy. System. Do you want it or not? If not, I'll take it back. Stop dawdling. Hearing this highly humanized system voice, Jingmo realized this system had intelligence. Yes, yes, yes. Give it to me now. The system. Activated. Countdown 9 minutes and 58 seconds. As soon as the words fell, Jingmo suddenly felt a strange power surging through his heart. To his astonishment, he found himself as if merging with the car he was driving, his control over the vehicle becoming extraordinarily skilled and effortless. Every movement, every gear shift flowed as naturally as an instinctive reaction. This wondrous sensation thrilled him immensely, as if every component of the car had become an extension of his own body, obeying the commands of his will. Meanwhile, in distant America, an F1 racing competition was underway. The leading F1 car had already reached speeds of nearly 300 kilometers per hour. This was a legendary driver, whose skills were unrivaled in the world today. A mythical figure in the racing world, he had swept all championship trophies in recent years, earning the title of six-time champion. Just at that moment, he suddenly felt the connection between himself and the car beneath him vanish. His control over the vehicle had weakened. This terrified him. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! He screamed in panic. An F1 racing car speeding at over 300 km/h would have crashed straight into the track's guardrails if not for the control of a professional driver. The professional race car driver was wearing a racing suit, which cost $1 million, designed to protect the driver's safety. Despite the car flipping over from the impact, his life was spared. Barely conscious, the corners of his lips curled up, he had miraculously survived. But the next moment, a flicker of flame slowly rose before him. What the FCK? The legendary champion racer, deceased. Jingmo rolled down the car window and shot back a provocative glance, then stepped on the Lamborghini's accelerator a few times, just like Xiaoya had done earlier. The live stream audience couldn't stay calm. Who the hell is this guy? How dare he provoke Xiaoya? He looks pretty young. Truly, a newborn calf isn't afraid of tigers. Xiaoya, teach him a lesson and show him what's what. Just a rich kid buying a car to show off, but the girl in his passenger seat is really pretty, almost as good looking as Xiaoya. What a waste of a Lamborghini in his hands. Bought it just to pick up girls. A bunch of wealth-hating people in the live stream were shouting for Xiaoya to teach Jingmo a lesson. Xiaoya smiled confidently, then glanced at the countdown timer of the red light, signaling that the race should start at this intersection. Jingmo smirked and revved the engine in response. Xiaoya didn't take it seriously after all. She had raced on professional tracks before. How could some spoiled rich kid compare to her? Just drive around casually. The red light countdown ended. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. The green light flashed, and the red and black streaks shot forward like arrows. Xiaoya was somewhat shocked. Was that a launch start? Is this guy actually a pro? Xiaoya, who had been nonchalant before, now grew serious. He floored the accelerator, hitting 150 km/h in an instant, leaving Jingmo's car far behind. Eat my dust. Xiaoya's lips curled into a smirk. This was Wenchong Road, the city's main thoroughfare with heavy traffic. Only a professional racer would dare to hit 150 km/h on this road. Even professional racers must stay fully focused. One small mistake could lead to disaster. At that moment, Sharp-eyed spectators noticed the Lamborghini relentlessly closing in beside them, sparking suspicions that Xiaoya might have tampered with the speedometer data to create the illusion of high-speed driving. Such remarks immediately caused an uproar. Xiaoya could hardly believe her eyes. When that Lamborghini suddenly appeared beside her, she even wondered if her vision was playing tricks on her. After all, he was a professional racer. How could this guy possibly keep up with him? Xiaoya wondered to herself, just who was this young man driving the Lamborghini? She was eager to get a clear look at who was sitting in the driver's seat. To be able to reach 200 in such heavy traffic, either he was a death-defying madman or an absolute master of his driving skills. Am I seeing this right? That young guy actually overtook Xiaoya. This can't be happening. I thought Xiaoya was invincible. But who knew someone could be even more formidable than her? Whose subordinate is this? Xiaoya, speed up. You can't let him pass you. At this moment, Jingma had no idea that his astonishing speed had made him the hot topic in Xiaoya's livestream. He was solely focused on testing the limits of this car, so he kept pressing the accelerator, continuing to accelerate forward. Jingma drove his Lamborghini like a gust of wind, swiftly overtaking the Ferrari from behind and quickly pulling up alongside it. Seeing this, Xiaoya gritted her teeth in determination and stomped hard on the accelerator. She refused to believe her professional racing skills would lose to him. In an instant, the Ferrari's engine roared like an enraged beast, its speed skyrocketing to 240 km/h. However, at such high speeds, they must remain constantly vigilant and keep an eye on the vehicles ahead. The slightest mistake could lead to a serious rear-end collision. At this speed, once a collision occurs, the consequences would be unimaginable, with almost zero chance of survival. It's worth noting that 240 km/h is already the limit for ordinary family cars. Many people may never experience such an astonishing speed from the moment they purchase a car until it's scrapped. Chapter 6: Drifting Through the Drainage Ditch. Jingma stomped the accelerator to the floor without hesitation, and his car shot forward like an arrow released from its bow. The needle on the speedometer had long surpassed the 240 mark. Just as the two cars were about to enter a curve, Xiaoya's momentary distraction allowed Jingma's Lamborghini to seize the opportunity and overtake her vehicle. Xiaoya's eyes were filled with shock and disbelief at this moment. Without hesitation, Xiaoya slammed on the accelerator, the engine roaring deafeningly as the car surged forward like a wild horse. But just then, a sharp turn suddenly appeared ahead. At such an astonishing speed, attempting to drift through the turn would inevitably cause the car to flip sideways due to the tremendous inertia. Xiaoya immediately decided to slow down. After all, even the most skilled racer would have to reduce speed first in such a situation, then execute a perfect drift to navigate the turn smoothly before accelerating again after successfully clearing the curve. However, even though Xiaoya had slowed down considerably, she could only watch as those red taillights grew increasingly distant. Her opponent's brake lights never illuminated, and the gap between the two cars only widened further. He's completely insane. Just as Jingma's car was the first to charge through the curve, as everyone had anticipated, the Lamborghini he was driving suddenly lifted its left side during the high-speed turn. The tremendous inertia sent the entire vehicle flipping outward as if it had lost control. At the very moment the car seemed destined to overturn, a miracle occurred. The wheels on the opposite side happened to catch perfectly in the roadside guardrail. The sudden change seemed to carve out a miraculous path for the car, instantly stabilizing its teetering body and preventing it from flying off the road. At this moment, the car was like riding a roller coaster, speeding along this unexpectedly formed track. The originally lively live stream, filled with a barrage of comments, suddenly fell into complete silence. Even the well-traveled Xiaoya couldn't help but stare in astonishment, her face full of shock. "You can actually do that?" Took Xiaoya a while to snap out of her daze, but she wasn't about to give up. With a swift adjustment of the car's body, she executed a perfect drift and tail flick, shooting forward like an arrow released from its bow. She couldn't wait to catch up to the car ahead, eager to find out what kind of master could perform such godly driving skills. Even those world-renowned professional racers from abroad would probably struggle to pull off such a high-difficulty maneuver. As Xiaoya successfully navigated the curve, she was astonished to find that the black Lamborghini had already vanished without a trace. Not even its taillights were visible. Meanwhile, Xiaoya's livestream erupted into chaos once again, with countless bullet comments flooding the screen in an instant, drowning it in phrases like 666 and Akina Speedstar. On the other hand, Jingma, the instigator of it all, remained completely unaware. He never could have imagined that a casual joyride would cause such an enormous uproar. Fan Qingxue complained with lingering fear. "You scared me to death. We almost crashed just now. Don't you know how dangerous that was?" For the first time in her life, she felt that riding in a car could be so perilous. When the speed soared past 200 km/h, the intense G-force had turned her face pale with terror. She swore to herself that she would never ride in Jingma's car again unless absolutely necessary. It was truly horrifying. After 10 minutes, Jingma's familiar control over the car vanished, and he quickly slowed down to avoid any accidents. System: congratulations on completing the task. The rewards will be issued shortly. System: the task rewards have been issued. You have obtained 100% of the shares in Orange Chinese Group. System: a new temporary task has been issued. Spend 10 million within 3 days. Note: the host is not allowed to use investment, gambling, or other cheating methods. Any violation will result in task failure. System: task completion reward, 50 million renminbi. The system: failure will be punished with constipation. Jingma was speechless. The system's punishment was always just constipation. However, spending 10 million in 3 days clearly required careful planning. After all, he had no idea how to spend that much money given his current perspective. Soon, the car had already arrived on the road near the school. This time happened to be the peak period for enrollment, and the entrance was crowded with incoming students. With some being accompanied by their parents, the crowd grew even larger. At the gate of Yang University, many senior students had gathered under the pretense of helping freshmen settle in, but in reality, they were scouting for potential romantic interests. Both male and female students were dressed to impress, each more flamboyant than the last. Especially the girls, their skirts were so short they barely reached the tops of their thighs. Many new students were dropped off by their parents in luxury cars. Of course, some students drove themselves, but most were just using their parents' hand-me-down cars. There were also a very few wealthy young masters who drove luxury cars to school. Although Yangzhou University isn't considered a top-tier school, it has decent reputation mainly because of its many beautiful female students. After all, the Jiangnan region has always been famous for producing beauties. A third-year senior at the freshman reception desk was introducing some campus buildings to the newly arrived freshmen. Zhao Huanhuan, with her hair in braids and a lightly made-up, delicate face, looked pure and adorable. Her poised and graceful demeanor, coupled with a gentle smile, was enough to make the freshmen' imaginations run wild. Huanhuan, there are quite a few handsome freshmen this year. Zhao Huanhuan smoothed the hair in front of her forehead and smiled. I see quite a few wealthy people around. Look over there. Zhao Huanhuan signaled with her eyes. The girl beside her followed Zhao Huanhuan's gaze and saw a Mercedes-Benz that had just parked by the roadside in the distance. Isn't that just a Mercedes? Aren't there plenty of Mercedes parked at the entrance today? Zhao Huanhuan inwardly scoffed at the girl's lack of sophistication. That's no ordinary Mercedes, it's a Mercedes Maybach, and even the base model starts at over 1.2 million yuan. The girls around her were stunned. A car worth over $1 million? A young man stepped out of the driver's seat of the Maybach, wearing sunglasses in the middle of summer, dressed in a dark blue suit with leather shoes on his feet. But this outfit was undeniably stylish, making him look much more mature than the other guys around. Damn, it's actually a student driving this. He must be some kind of rich kid. Many female students had their attention completely captured by him, already thinking about how to make their move given the chance. Zhao Huanhuan glanced at the alumnus driving the Maybach and nodded to herself he was her target. She would find an opportunity to get to know him later. Niu Yongyu pushed open the car door and stepped out with effortless grace. His posture was as straight as a pine tree, his head held high as if the entire world lay beneath his feet. His demeanor was practically screaming arrogance without needing to spell it out. A stunning beauty gracefully stepped out from the passenger seat of the Maybach. Her figure was enchanting, with alluring curves that resembled a meticulously carved work of art. The well-fitted professional attire she wore perfectly accentuated her poise, exuding a charm that blended competence with elegance. With a light step, she picked up a black umbrella and walked gracefully to Niu Yongyu's side. Then, with gentle care, she opened the umbrella and held it overhead, shielding him from the scorching sun. Chapter 7. I'll let you off if you write an IOU. This is way too cool, damn handsome. This kind of style is straight up enviable. Just as he was about to step forward and embrace campus life, he heard a loud bang from behind. An electric scooter crashed directly into the rear of the Maybach. The metal parts of the scooter's front end were embedded into the Maybach's body from the impact. Nyo Yongyu turned his head and nearly turned green with shock. This was his father's beloved car, which he had secretly taken out to show off on the first day of school. If it got damaged, he'd be skinned alive when he got home. Damn it! Who the hell did this? Nyo Yongyu roared in anger. He quickly walked to the rear of the car, where he saw a girl sitting on the ground, clutching her knee and moaning in pain. This scene unfolded in front of many people, and the crowd stopped to watch the commotion. Yi Ruoro's heart pounded with fear. This was bad. Really bad. She had just hit someone's car, and it was a Mercedes-Benz. Even if she sold herself, she couldn't afford to pay for the damages. It's probably just a broken panel, and the repair cost shouldn't be much. I'm so sorry. Really, I apologize. My car's brakes aren't working well. I'll cover the repair costs. Yi Ruoro knew she was at fault and hoped a sincere attitude would help calm the other person's anger. Damn it. You're gonna pay for this, you mother-er. Do you even know what kind of car this is? Can't you watch where you're riding? Of all the cars on this street, you had to hit the most expensive one. This is a Maybach. The base model starts at 1.2 million, and mine's the top configuration worth 1.8 million. Just this one panel alone costs over 100 grand. How the hell are you gonna pay for this? Nyo Yongyu was furious. This broke-ass guy clearly didn't have the money to cover the damage. How was he supposed to explain this to his old man when he got home? Yi Ruoro froze in place upon hearing Nyo Yongyu's words. Over 1 million? Is this for real? Can a car really be this expensive? But compared to other cars, this one does look much more luxurious. If it really costs over 1 million, I definitely can't afford to pay for it. At this thought, she felt both terrified and helpless. Despite the summer heat, her body felt as if it had been thrown into an ice cellar, her hands and feet icy cold. Her family was poor, and her living expenses for school were earned through summer jobs. Her parents favored sons over daughters, giving all their money to her brother to buy a house. If not for her part-time work, she wouldn't even have been able to attend college. If she told her parents, they likely wouldn't help her. There was even a high chance they'd cut ties with her. Over 100,000. I don't have that kind of money. Could I owe it to you? I'll pay you back later. When Nyo Yongyu heard this, he knew the girl wouldn't be able to come up with the money today, and he was definitely going to get a beating when he got back. But he couldn't just take the beating for nothing. Upon closer inspection, the girl was actually quite good-looking. If he could use this opportunity to make her his girlfriend and sleep with her occasionally, that wouldn't be bad at all. Humph. You say you'll pay me back, but how can I trust you? Some onlookers couldn't stand seeing Nyo Yongyu bully a young girl. One parent spoke up. Young man, that's enough. It's just a little damage. Stop picking on her. Nyo Yongyu was so angry he nearly choked, his pent-up frustration already boiling over. What do you know? She hit my car, shouldn't she pay for it? Or are you offering to cover the damages for her? Easy for you to talk when it's not your problem. The parent who had just spoken fell silent after Nyo Yongyu's outburst. However, many people began to harbor a strong dislike for Nyo Yongyu. Alright, since you said you'll compensate me for the car repairs but can't afford it right now, how about you write an IOU? Once you sign it, I won't give you any more trouble. Nyo Yongyu didn't expect this girl to actually repay the money. Her real goal was to use the IOU as leverage to pressure her into becoming his girlfriend. If she refused, she'd have to pay up, and if she actually did, he wouldn't be at a loss either. Nyo Yongyu's scheme was as clear as day. With this thought in mind, Nyo Yongyu turned his gaze to the girl before him and began scrutinizing her from head to toe. The girl was dressed plainly, even somewhat dowdily, yet she exuded a unique charm, as gentle and graceful as a woman from the Jiangnan water towns. Because she kept her head bowed low, continuously apologizing to him, Nyo Yongyu couldn't get a clear view of her full appearance. Just moments ago, when the girl slightly raised her head, Nyo Yongyu finally caught a glimpse of her face and couldn't help but marvel inwardly. What a pretty face! With her perfectly oval face and willow leaf-shaped eyebrows, she had a truly distinctive charm. Then, how much do I have to pay you? Nyo Yongyu started spouting nonsense, something about needing imported parts for the panel replacement, something about labor costs for the repairs, basically just trying to take advantage of Yi Ruoro's naivety. In the end, Nyo Yongyu came to a conclusion. About 180,000. You can write an IOU. Yi Ruoro nearly fainted when she heard that number. 180,000. She had never seen that much money in her entire life. Nyo Yongyu threatened Yi Ruoruo when she hesitated. If you still refuse to agree, then I'll have no choice but to call the police and let them handle this. Hearing this, Yi Ruoruo was visibly frightened. Don't call the police. I'll write you an IOU. The onlookers could no longer bear to watch. Miss, you mustn't write that. Once you do, there's really no way out. Little sister, IOU notes are legally binding. You absolutely have to pay it back. Nyo Yongyu saw his scheme was about to succeed. How could he let a bunch of uninvited guests ruin his plans now? Shut up, all of you. Stop playing the good guys, will you? It's not your car that got hit. Like I said, if you've got the guts, then help her pay it back yourselves. Yi Ruoruo wasn't foolish either. She understood that if she wrote an IOU, there would be no escape. They could easily use it to demand money from her family, and she'd be finished. But if she didn't write the IOU, the other party clearly wouldn't let her off the hook. What should she do? Tears welled up in Yi Ruoruo's eyes, streaming uncontrollably down her cheeks. Digs. A pitch-black supercar sped over from the distant horizon. Even those unfamiliar with cars could tell from its dazzling appearance and thunderous engine roar that this vehicle must be extraordinarily expensive. The crowd that had just been gathered around now had all their attention seized by this luxury car. Countless young men's eyes gleamed with envy upon seeing the vehicle. A Lamborghini Aventador, one of the most expensive luxury cars in the world. Of course, Nyo Yongyu was also drawn to this car, because this was his dream god car. Who would want to look at a stodgy old Maybach? Most people wouldn't even recognize it on the road. The real rich young masters drive Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and McLarens. But for him, this was truly out of reach. Chapter 8. Oops, my hand slipped. The Lamborghini slowly decelerated in front of the crowded onlookers, then crept forward along the street. Damn, a Lamborghini, and it's the Aventador. What am I seeing? A walking 3 apartments. This seems to be the latest model. The base price alone is over 9 million, and this one doesn't look like the standard version. Even if it's not 10 million, it's gotta be close. If I had a car like this, I wouldn't even dare drive it. Look at this guy just casually rolling it out like it's nothing. Jingma looked at the road where cars were parked on both sides, leaving no available parking spaces. However, he spotted a Maybach, and right behind it was an empty parking spot. Near the luxury cars, no one dared to approach except for other high-end vehicles. After all, a single scratch would be financially devastating. Just like that, Jingma slowly maneuvered the car behind the Maybach. But why are there 2 people standing behind it, blocking the parking space? Jingma rolled down the car window and stuck his head out, shouting at the 2. Hey, could you move aside? Please? I want to park my car there. This sentence made Nyo Yongyu dare not disobey, so he quickly stepped aside onto the curb. Seeing the Lamborghini and recalling the previous incident, Yi Ruoruo thought to herself that she had already bumped into a Maybach and couldn't afford to hit an even more expensive car. She promptly pulled her little electric scooter to the side. Seeing that the 2 had wisely moved aside, Jingma parked the Lamborghini by the roadside. The scissor doors of the driver's and passenger seats slowly rose, as Jing Mo and Fan Qingxue stepped out of the car. However, Fan Qingxue's exit was a bit awkward. She had to carry her suitcase down with her. Witnessing this scene, the crowd couldn't help but cast unanimous looks of envy. This was what a true wealthy young master looked like, the epitome of showing off. Just look at the beauty by his side. She had to be at least campus belle level. Her cool, aloof aura set her apart from the other girls around her, as if she were of an entirely different breed. Jingma noticed the 2 people standing by the parking spot earlier and sensed that the atmosphere between them seemed a bit off. However, he wasn't the type to meddle in others' affairs, so he pretended not to see and continued walking toward the school gate. Just as he and Fan Qingxue passed by the 2 individuals, the system's voice rang in his mind. Temporary mission issued daily good deed. Help the young woman overcome the immediate crisis. Completion reward, permanent god-tier driving skills. No penalty for mission failure. Jingma's forward steps suddenly halted. He had used this god-tier driving skill before, and it was truly impressive just now. Driving felt absolutely exhilarating. As for why it's permanent, the system didn't provide an explanation. I must definitely acquire this driving skill. So Jingma took 2 steps back. Tell me what's going on here? Nyo Yongyu was still waiting for this rich young man to leave so he could continue pressuring Yi Ruoruo into writing him an IOU. But to his surprise, Jingma, who had just left, actually came back. There were a few bystanders who had long been disgusted by Nyo Yongyu's bullying of the weak with his wealth. Seeing a more formidable rich young master step in to intervene, they eagerly stepped forward, each adding their own condemnation of Nyo Yongyu's misdeeds. Jing Ma immediately grasped the situation. Doing a good deed daily, it simply meant helping this young woman cover the compensation. Coincidentally, he still had a mission to spend 10 million within 3 days. This would count as spending, right? System, if I pay on her behalf, does that meet the mission requirements? The system, this does not comply. Such an act is equivalent to giving away, not spending on yourself. Jing Ma complained inwardly. Damn, why are there so many requirements? If he couldn't compensate with money, how else could he help? What he wanted was to both resolve the girl's immediate problem and complete the previous task. Just as Jing Ma was racking his brains, Yi Ruoro timidly spoke up. Please don't call the police. Can't I just write an IOU? Nyo Yongyu, still fuming, snorted coldly and took out paper and a pen from the car. Go ahead and write one. After saying this, he shot Jing Ma a fierce glare. This guy had stolen his thunder. How infuriating. Just as Yi Ruoro, her hands trembling, was about to take the paper and pen to write the IOU, Jing Mo grabbed Yi Ruoro's hand. Don't write yet. Yi Ruoro looked at the man beside her in confusion. Then she saw this man glance around as if searching for something. Nyo Yongyu, seeing his scheme was about to succeed, found his plans suddenly interrupted by this unexpected interference. What are you doing? What, you want to meddle in this too? Nyo Yongyu's tone clearly lacked confidence. Anyone who could afford a car like this definitely had connections. Jing Mo completely ignored Nyo Yongyu when suddenly his eyes lit up after spotting something. He hurried over, making a beeline for a worker repairing a water pipe by the roadside. Then, under the watchful eyes of the crowd, he said something to the worker and handed over a wad of cash from his hand. The plumber, delighted, then handed Jing Ma a large section of a sledgehammer. Jing Ma jogged over carrying the hammer. Nyo Yongyu, seeing this, took a few steps back in fear and shouted warily, "What are you trying to do? Just because you have money, you think you can bully ordinary people? Do you believe I'll call the police to arrest you?" Nyo Yongyu was afraid this person might attack with the hammer, but the target didn't seem to be him. Instead, the man ran excitedly toward his own car. His expression looked extremely happy. Was this guy out of his mind? Just as Nyo Yongyu was still wondering what the guy intended to do, he saw Jing Mo walk up to the car and smash the windshield with a hammer. 80, 80, 80. Before anyone could react, Jing Ma had already grabbed his heavy hammer, leaped onto the car, and started smashing it wildly. Nyo Yongyu's heart bled at the sight. This was the car his father cherished the most, the one it had taken him years to afford. He had always driven it with the utmost care, but now it looked like a battle-scarred wreck. The windshield was cracked like a spiderweb, and the hood was dented all over. Stop! Stop right now! Panicked, Nyo Yongyu rushed forward to try and stop Jing Mo. He was desperate, truly desperate. Jing Ma jumped down from the car roof after smashing it enough. Oops! How careless of me! Look, my hand slipped and I hit your car. Let's see how much you need to compensate. Jing Ma's expression was utterly gloomy, as if it had truly been an accident. But everyone present knew damn well this guy had done it on purpose. Nyo Yongyu roared. Do you think I'm some kind of fool? You clearly did it on purpose. Jing Mo shrugged and casually tossed the hammer in his hand onto the ground. I really didn't mean to. If you don't believe me, there's nothing I can do. You. Just wait. I'm calling the police to arrest you for intentionally damaging someone else's property. Nyo Yongyu's eyes were red with anger, and his face was flushed. Jing Mo said indifferently, I don't care. Right now, you can still discuss how much to compensate me. But if the police come and let the insurance company assess the damage, the compensation will be much less. Nyo Yongyu understood this perfectly well, but he just couldn't swallow his anger. His car had been smashed right in front of him, yet there was nothing he could do about it. Chapter 9, He is my idol. Nyo Yongyu actually wanted to blurt out, I don't want money. I just want to see you locked up. But he couldn't do that. He needed the money. The Maybach was in such a state, and if he didn't get compensation for Jing Ma, he'd probably be beaten black and blue by his father when he got home. After all, he wasn't some rich young master. Fuming, Nyo Yongyu snapped, Fine. I think my car in this condition is worth 500,000. Jing Ma frowned slightly upon hearing this. Nyo Yongyu was secretly delighted to see his reaction. What's the matter? You were all high and mighty just now, but now you think my price is too high. Thought you were some rich young master, huh? Turns out you're just a pig trying to look fancy with a leak up its nose. Almost got fooled by him. Probably that Lamborghini was rented too. Now you think I'm asking for too much? Then kneel in front of me and slap yourself a few times. For every slap, I'll deduct $1,000. How about that? Now Nyo Yongyu was back on his high horse, convinced that this guy wasn't some rich young master at all, just a pretentious show-off. He misunderstood. Jingma wasn't hesitating because the price was too high, it was too low. He'd expected the other party to demand $1 million after smashing the car like that, but they only asked for 50,000, which was still far from his goal. Jing Mo completely ignored Nyo Yongyu's barking beside him and once again walked over to a female classmate who was watching the show. Hey beautiful, how about $1,000 for that cup of Mishu ice cream tea? You selling? The girl was stunned. 1,000 yuan? But after just a brief moment of hesitation, she quickly nodded. Yes, yes, I'll sell it. Are you kidding? This cup of Mishu ice cream tea only cost me 8 yuan, and now I'm selling it for 1,000. What a steal. Jingma promptly pulled out the 1,000 yuan in cash he had just exchanged from the system. He handed it over to the female classmate without hesitation. Jingma grabbed the milk tea and ran back, swiftly popping open the car's hood, unscrewing the engine oil bolt, and pouring the Mishu ice cream tea inside. The scene left everyone present dumbfounded. What kind of move was this? Nyo Yongyu was utterly stunned when he saw it. This was the end. Wasn't the engine the most expensive part of the car? If the engine was filled with Mishu Bingcheng, wouldn't that be disastrous? Jingma had been running around all over the place, and after smashing the car just now, he was now drenched in sweat. He walked over to Nyo Yongyu and took out the checkbook he had exchanged from the system. Here's 1 million. I'm buying this piece of junk car of yours, keep the change. Then he turned to the stunned Yi Ruoruo and said, this car is mine now. You don't need to compensate me anymore. Hurry up and get to school. With that, Jingma turned around without bothering about the aftermath and caught up with Fan Qingxue, striding toward the school gate. Everyone present was stunned. A group of girls making a noisy commotion. Holy, that's so cool. He's a real rich young master, so domineering. Smashing $1 million luxury car just like that. That's amazing. I'm totally wet with excitement. Is he helping that girl out of a tough spot? Oh my god. He's so kind. I'm in love. Who is this guy? I want to chase after him, definitely not just because he drives a Lamborghini. It's over. All the girls present have fallen for him. Who could resist a handsome, tall, kind, and wealthy young man? Even with all his wealth, it couldn't overshadow his other shining qualities. Department beauty Zhao Huanhuan sized up this junior height, looks, wealth, a perfect tall, rich and handsome guy. The girl beside her clutched her chest. Huanhuan, he's my dream man. All the female students welcoming the freshmen gathered toward Jingma's direction. Hey junior, the campus is so big and the paths are confusing. How about I take you to the male dorm? Hey junior, it's so hot today. Would you like some tea brewed with black silk stockings at my dorm? Hey junior, her legs are short. Look how fair my legs are, I'll brew you some white silk tea instead. Junior, come with me. Junior, come with me. Hey junior, junior. Fan Qingxue was completely pushed out by the group of girls, while Jingma found himself surrounded by them, like a celebrity being showered with attention. These senior sisters didn't care about Fan Qingxue by Jingma's side at all. So what if she was his girlfriend? Outstanding guys always have many girls around them. Besides, they considered themselves not bad either. After all, they were women too, with curves in all the right places. Why wouldn't this wealthy junior fall for them? At worst, they could just play the role of a sweet, innocent green tea girl or compete for his affection as the other woman. Jingma was a bit overwhelmed. These women were too wild. The other freshmen, especially the male ones, watched these crazy girls with envious eyes. Having money is great. Nyo Yongyu clutched the check in his hand and stuffed it fiercely into his pocket. He glared viciously at Yi Ruoruo and said, you just wait. His gaze shifted again to Jingma on the side. He was going crazy. That treatment should have been his. Where did this Jingma come from? Just to provoke him, right? Today was utterly humiliating. This incident will probably end up on the campus forum, becoming the latest hot topic everyone gossips about. And he would undoubtedly be the one getting publicly shamed, serving as the foil to highlight how amazing and wealthy Jingma is. Damn it, he really doesn't want to stay at this school anymore. Is it too late to transfer out now? There's no way for me to save face in this situation. Whether it's financial resources, family background, or even looks and height, I'm completely outmatched in every aspect. Even their car is worth 10 of mine, there's just no comparison. Nyo Yongyu slunk away and hailed a taxi. The Maybach was probably totaled, And besides, he'd already taken Jing Mo's money, the car wasn't his anymore. Now all that's left is to go home and face his father's wrath. Yi Ruoruo had originally wanted to thank Jing Mo, but seeing him surrounded by people, she couldn't even get close. She remembered this kindness. This man had spent $1 million for her, and even now it still felt unreal to her. Jing Ma was quite troubled now. He didn't want to be this popular, he truly wished to keep a low profile. But the system just kept pushing him to show off. Surrounded by so many women, he couldn't escape even if he wanted to. Junior, let us add each other on WeChat. You can always reach out to your senior if you need anything. Junior, don't forget about me. And me too. Seeing that they couldn't take Jing Ma away immediately, the senior sisters decided to adopt a sustainable approach, playing the long game to catch the big fish. First, get the contact information. Jing Mo realized that if he didn't leave his contact details, there was no way he'd be allowed to leave. Reluctantly, he had no choice but to pull up his WeChat QR code on his phone. Beep, beep, beep. The sound of phones scanning QR codes was incessant. Dozens of beautiful senior sisters added him on WeChat in one go. Jing Mo had to click accept dozens of times just to approve all the friend requests. Some even asked on behalf of their friends, taking photos of Jing Mo's WeChat QR code and sending it to their roommates and besties. Good things should never be forgotten when shared with best friends. Chapter 10, System, you've really done me in. After adding Jing Ma's contact information, all the girls tactfully stepped back, each preparing to use their own methods to pursue him. When the 8 immortals cross the sea, each displays their divine powers. Seeing Jing Mo's treatment of the boys present in the collective speechless, that is called an envy and jealousy. Other people 18 years old driving a Lamborghini to school, and even if they have a car for transportation is good. A student travel is not an electric car is a bus. Taxi have to calculate to see the distance is not far away from the need. At this moment, we clearly realize that the gap between people is unrepeatable. Fan Qingxue saw Jing Mo around the girls are dispersed, this only bitterly smiled and went forward. Classmate, you're still really popular. Jing Mo sighed. It can't be helped. Being handsome is more popular with girls. I actually wanted to keep a low profile. Fan Qingxue is really speechless. Can't you see that the purpose of all these girls is so obvious that they are running towards your Lamborghini? There is a trade relationship with your looks. Fan Qingxue did not want to talk about this topic. The head of the conversation turned and opened his mouth. Thank you for sending me to school. If the evening is fine, I invite you to go to the cafeteria to eat it, if you do not mind. This is the first time she invited a boy to eat. If it was someone else, she wouldn't even think about whether the other party would agree or not, because surely they would agree. Usually it's someone else who invites her to eat. Most of the time she refuses. Wanting to eat a meal with her is very difficult. Now Fan Qingxue saw Jing Mo is really too popular. Even she feels that she is not the first class in the world. The other party of this stature to eat in the school cafeteria will not be a little bit to see. Jing Mo actually didn't think about it so much. He himself was a person who loved to keep a low profile. Going to the cafeteria was nothing. That's fine, we both have the exit. Just call me when you eat. Fan Qingxue's mouth secretly sighed in relief once she heard this, and her heart was vaguely a little bit delighted. After Jing Mo and Fan Qingxue left, the surrounding eaters slowed down. This is the real young master, look at this pattern of others, this aura. He didn't even say a word to that fake young master from start to finish. He's completely disdainful. Really can't compare. This is obviously the upper-class characters, completely detached from the world. The other is at most a thug, still driving a Maybach. It's a shame. Fortunately, Nyo Yongyu slipped in advance, or else see so many people in the spray he is estimated to be angry heart attack. Ding! Congratulations to the host to complete the daily good task. Reward the host with the top racer skills permanently. Why is the system permanent this time? System. Because I wanted to return it and found that the person was gone. When Jing Mo heard this, he was a bit confused. What do you mean you want to return it and the person is not there? Was this borrowed before? Detected that the host has successfully enrolled in the school, completed the achievements of the primary. The system rewards the full book of Away 18 styles. King of Fighters Fighting Technique Experience Card X1. Dragon Essence Durex X1. The host's charisma value has increased. Rewards have been issued. Host. The system will be fully open to you. Lychee is going to make you the #1 high flyer in the universe. Please prepare yourself mentally. The following temporary mission is issued. Task 1: Heroic Rescue of Beauty. Find a suitable target to stage a heroic rescue of beauty. The task rewards charm value growth to full level. Task 2: Then play music then dance. Start a new student welcome party inside the school. Take the new students to have a wild time. Task reward top singing experience card X1. Mission 3 trenchless. Spend all 100 million in the school. Mission reward 1 billion renminbi. The task is issued. Wish the host a happy life. The system's voice in Jing Mo's ear didn't stop ringing all the time. Fan Qingxue turned her head in the effort. Jing Mo became whiter. The original still kinda smooth features became more handsome and handsome. Jing Mo felt that his originally somewhat hunched back had become straight, and his abdomen and chest were slightly swollen. System, what's going on here? Host, this charisma value increase is entirely based on the aesthetic standards of big data girls, and your current charisma is entirely all in the aesthetic standards of the vast majority of girls. Fan Qingxue turned her head to say something, but the moment she saw Jing Mo, her heart went bift, 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 bift. Is this Jing Mo? How come what I saw before wasn't like this, How come so handsome, I like it so much. This 5 features how so good looking it. That eyes, that temperament, every action stimulate in her heart. So wanna have him. The female students passing by looked at Kumo's gaze were drawn. They could not wait to eat Kumo. Ugh, hi. Look at the handsome guy. Holy. This is too handsome. Who is this, which star? For the first time, Jing Mo felt like he was some kind of rare animal, being surrounded by many girls and having some of them take out their cell phones to secretly photograph themselves. This was painful for the always low-key Kumo. System, you're really hurting me. Fan Qingxue's dormitory is more forward than Jing Mo's. Near the time of parting, Fan Qingxue is a bit reluctant to part with Jing Mo and opens her mouth. I'll call you at night? Jing Mo lowered his head. Here is the girls' dormitory, This just showed his face, the whole building of girls from the room out lying on the parapet to see him. Low-key. Low-key. Good. 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 Then I'll go back first. Fan Qingxue's voice was a bit different from usual. There was a little more gentleness in the clear coldness. Well, if something happens, you contact me. After saying that, she watched Jing Mo leave. Jing Mo was fleeing as if he had slipped away. Too scary. Women are really scary. Fu Mingming parked his Audi A4L in another small door of the school. Here are all the upper grades only know the door, so there are not a lot of people around. He put away the flamboyant nature, people outside the people. In the future their own this broken Audi don't come out to disgrace, or back to basics a little bit, find an electric car to ride it. He came to the boys' dormitory all the way as scared, afraid to see the shadow of that person, see themselves feel ashamed, wake up their unpleasant memories. Fu Mingming only hoped that he would not be able to see that person for the next 4 years of his college career. He was relieved when he arrived at the dormitory. It seems that he won't be able to see him today. In the future, he must inquire about which dormitory he is in, and travel to avoid this guy, wait for this guy to forget about himself and then appear in front of him. Otherwise be recognized, still have to flirt with themselves a meal. Chapter 11. A Curious Coincidence. Fu Mingming arrived at the dormitory to see that he was the first to come to the dormitory, ready to first bring the bed and quilt spread. From now on he must be modest, this hair or die back. While he was making the bed, he heard the door of the dormitory behind him being pushed open. It was probably the new roommate coming. He had to say hello. Hello, roommate. As soon as Fu Mingming turned around, he saw a familiar face. Wasn't this the Lamborghini guy? Fu Mingming collapsed. How is this guy in his own dormitory? It is difficult to. He thought of a possibility. Hell, this guy wouldn't be in the same dormitory as himself. Mom, I want to transfer, Jing Mo took a look at this head of red hair. He remembered who this was. Aya, your Audi limousine is indeed fast enough to arrive before even me. Fu Mingming swallowed his saliva and said with a bitter smile, Big brother, can you not say it well? You this open Lamborghini out to pretend to be a pig to eat a tiger really good? Jing Mo said with an unconscious face. I don't think there's any problem. Fu Mingming seemed to think of something. That one who sent $100,000 in the freshman group is also you, right? He sort of reacted. The school has the strength to be able to send 100,000 yuan in the freshman group. There are not many. They just happened to pull Jing Mo group on someone to send 100,000 yuan. People are driving tens of millions of luxury cars. Damn, with the toes wanna know is in front of this one. Jing Mo said indifferently, It's me. Originally wanted to send $1 million. Just group red envelopes can only send a maximum of 100,000. Don't you have my WeChat? Don't you recognize me when you click on my avatar in the group? Fu Mingming directly gave a knee after hearing this. His own attention was all on Fan Qingxue's body. Where would he think so much? Women are really misguided. Big brother. Please accept me as your little brother. Jing Mo took a look at this guy kinda on the road, rushed to help him up. Don't be like this. In the future we are all roommates. Fu Mingming was on the verge of crying. This guy pinched his own scandal. If he said it out, he really had no face to stay in school. Big brother. If you don't accept me as your little brother, I definitely won't get up. In the future, please let me saddle up for you and take care of your living. Nyo Yongyu took a cab around to the back door of the school. In the car he checked the authenticity of the check. It was the first time he had seen this himself. After getting the check, he first contacted his uncle who works in the bank, checked the authenticity of the check and learned that it was for real. He heaved a sigh of relief. At least you can go back to the business, or go back to be his father with 7 wolves mercilessly trampled. Jing Mo saw a mess of their own reputation is in a small range of stink. In the future, we still have to avoid Jing Mo. The best 4 years of college career cannot see him. Nyo Yongyu spent money to hire the umbrella secretary, also cannot stand to go. Now only left him alone carrying suitcases to the school dormitory inside. Fortunately, he wore a mask, plus many people do not know about this matter. At least the dormitory roommates temporarily is impossible to know this matter. Nyo Yongyu came to the dormitory and just opened the door to the dormitory to see a redhead kneeling in front of a person. Big brother. Please accept me as your little brother. Nyo Yongyu heard the heart curse. This person is really spineless. Come up to want to be a person little brother. The face of the man is lost. When he saw the familiar face on the opposite side. Plop! Nyo Yongyu also gave a knee. The air froze for a moment. Time seemed to freeze in this instant. Big brother. Please accept me as your little brother. What a coincidence, the more people you don't want to meet instead. They just coincidentally met. Nyo Yongyu and Fu Mingming recognized that the two of them were not good people, and they did move some crooked brains before, coincidentally encountering Jing Mo, and being used as a backdrop by Jing Mo while pretending to be a pimp. Big brother, you are called Jing Mo, right? Just now in front of the school thing is indeed I did not do well. We still have to be together for 4 years. This matter should not be mentioned again in the future. Nyo Yongyu's expression was bitter. His freshman year life had only just begun and he felt all gray. Fu Mingming at this time also almost know a rough. The original another roommate also has a handle fell into the hands of Jing Mo. No wonder also so afraid of him. Oneself is also understanding. Okay, all our roommates, in the future all have to live together, the previous things are even. Nyo Yongyu and Fu Mingming all breathed a sigh of relief. They were afraid that Jing Mo would hold a grudge for the previous conflict with them. Seeing that Jing Mo was also generous, the two of them also relaxed a lot. Jing Mo is a rich second generation driving a Lamborghini Bull. The general rich second generation temper is not very good. But now it seems that this rich second generation is still considered to be very kind. Then the dormitory also needs to find a big brother to be the leader. I think you're just right. Fu Mingming nodded and said, yeah, I should be considered the youngest between the two of you in age, so I'll be the third oldest in line. Jing Mo didn't object, so he nodded and said, good. They're both roommates, so don't make such a big deal out of it in the future. Don't look at the two people said that is touching, mainly there is a scandal in each other's hands clutching it, if not to be polite to Jing Mo, in case one day to burst this out that is not to be laughed at by others. Big brother. Where is your luggage? I will help you pack it. Fu Mingming looked around but didn't find Jing Mo's luggage. Jing Mo froze for a moment and slowly spoke. I didn't bring this much clothing luggage. He just didn't have any extra quilts and sheets at home for him to bring. He was preparing to come to school to buy new ones. To the eyes of Nyo Yongyu and Fu Mingming cannot help but sigh. Not ashamed to be a rich second generation go out and do not need to bring anything to what is to buy new. Nyo Yongyu laughed. Big brother, if you don't mind, I know a businessman who specializes in customizing high-grade mattresses. That is, the price is not cheap. Jing Mo's eyes lit up when he heard it, and originally thought that harvesting these two crouching dragons and phoenix chicks didn't have much use for them. But these two guys aren't any kind of oil lamp. The two are notorious losers. Pei Mingming needless to say, if not no money that defeat are not in how to spend it, this Nyo Yongyu home Maybach were built by him to open the school. As the saying goes, there must be a point king in 3 people, for example. Now Jing Mo is worried about how to spend money. This problem is solved. After the Cao Yongyu is his side of the Zhugliang. The advice is all up to him. Then don't hurry to give me contact business. Money is not a problem, as long as enough high-end all to me on. Jing Mo now anxious. Must find a way to spend money. Do not spend money 3 days later will have to be constipated by suffocation. Nyo Yongyu heard the money is not a problem. Know that this big brother did not recognize in vain. This is to hold on the thigh. This business is specializing in custom mattresses and sheets. They use all the top materials. A sheet of the price of cheap are more than 40,000 yuan. Chapter 12. $4 million for a mattress? Jing Mo was happy to have someone around who could help him spend money together. In a good mood, he let out words on the spot. Nyo RD, you call that merchant and customize 3 sets of top-of-the-line mattresses and sheets, just according to the size of our dormitory beds. It's best to have them delivered by tonight. Nyo Yongyu heard that is happy bad. Really follow the rich people behind the mixing life will not be bad. This mattress, but they are greedy for a long time. In their small group of this class, there is a rich second generation to buy a line, sent in the group pretending to pretend for a long time. For their kind of people, rich second generation is not counted, but is richer than the well-off society. Usually a few thousand things are not in the eyes, but tens of thousands of dollars of things are still very painful. Fu Mingming heard that is flattered, hastily thanked. Thank you, big brother. In the future, I'm the person you look forward to. You can just drive. Jing Mo thought for a moment and said, I am not a slave owner. Don't worry about it in the future, at most let you run an errand, won't let you do anything. Okay, big brother. Nyo Yongyu is very on the road to say, big brother, although the little brother I do not have much talent. But in the school can still walk horizontally. Almost no one dares to mess with. The school leader is my uncle. Jing Mo heard the unpleasant lesson. Since you recognize me as a big brother, then I have to say you 2 sentences out of the house. Everything has to be low profile, in case of some should not be messed with people you say how to do. Nyo Yongyu heard some puzzled said, that big brother why you are so publicized Jing Mo said breathlessly, because I was forced. Nyo Yongyu after hearing the expression is very puzzled. Big brother you are so rich who can still force you. Jing Mo patted Nyo Yongyu's shoulder with a grave expression. Actually, the life of a rich person is also very tiring. You don't understand. Fu Mingming suddenly interjected. Then I also want to be tired. All right. Look, it's not too early. Second brother, you quickly call that merchant to customize 3 mattresses. Jing Mo didn't want to talk too deeply on this topic. After all, everyone has their own personality. Can't ask everyone else to be as low-key and introverted as himself. Nyo Yongyu hurriedly took out his cell phone and called the merchant who bought the high-end mattresses. Hello? I want to customize 3 of your top-of-the-line mattresses there. The business manager of Ganjiang area received such an inexplicable call. Huh? Your boss Nyo's son, aren't you? Do you know how much the most expensive mattress in our house costs? I suggest you buy the cheaper one. What? You think I'm broke? Now that he had the rich young man on his back, he wouldn't allow himself to speak politely. It would have to be even more arrogant than usual. The business manager laughed and said disdainfully, your family owns that crappy bathing center. Do you really think of yourself as a rich second generation? You can afford to buy which one Nyo Yongyu heard on the fire. What did you say? I advise you to talk to me now, or this big order I find someone else to sign. Business manager said indifferently. Sorry I talk like this. You can still talk to me how much money business? Obviously this is looking down on Nyo Yongyu. Nyo Yongyu said angrily. You wait for me. Nyo Yongyu hung up the phone and directly called the phone of the general director of this brand in Y City. Hello? Which one? A middle-aged male voice came from the other side of the phone. Hello. I want to complain. I want to buy your mattress here. Your salesman here has an extremely bad attitude. The person in charge said with some displeasure upon hearing that it was this small matter. This kind of thing is not my responsibility. You contact the general manager of the area. Nyo Yongyu still want to say something, but one side of the Jingma some impatience by a thing grinding, and then grinding will be dark. Hey, are you sure no matter right? I am ready to buy a set of you here, the most expensive, that is, a million-level mattress. You do not sell me to find someone else anyway. I believe that this industry is not just one of you in the sale. The tone of the person in charge slowed down a lot as soon as he heard it. You said you want to customize our Jean C. Tung Top Royal mattress? Jing Mo asked doubtfully. Is this thing expensive? The person in charge on hearing this thought for a long time and replied, this is our top mattress, purely handmade. Most of the materials of the mattress are sourced from the sideburns of the sweat and blood BMW's horse, and all the silk threads used are yellow financial gold threads. The price is of course a bit expensive. Jing Mo secretly nodded as soon as he heard this. Give you $3 million? You immediately send me 3 to me to Yongda. The person in charge was instantly shocked when he heard this. This buying their mattresses is the same as buying food. Opening his mouth is 3. You see, this is not a little too rush. We also need time for this production. For million, don't dilly-dally. The extra 1 million is for your handmade fee. And you have to take that previous complaint seriously. The person in charge was overjoyed. This master. I take my life today to guarantee that I will deliver your mattress to your school before evening, and will definitely fire that employee. The person in charge didn't even listen to why the complaint was directly dismissed the salesman. Jokingly, the salesman recruited another one but this master has to serve well can, as soon as possible. Give me in the bed sheets printed a Uguay dog pattern. I love that thing. The person in charge is a bit confused because he also received a lot of rich people. Tastes naturally have 1,000 strange. There are printed tea tree, lily of the valley, or plum tree. These people's characteristics is nothing more than to highlight a noble and elegant, show their taste, but this jade Guay dog is what the hell. Niu Yongyu and Fu Mingming were also a bit speechless as they listened on the side, thinking that this big brother's taste was really unique. Just tell him what pattern you two need for your mattress. After saying this, Jing Mo returned the phone to Niu Yongyu. Niu Yongyu looked at the hands of the phone side of the person in charge of their respectful attitude. Heart cannot help but feel worthy of being a big brother. This shot let people convinced Rich Young is worthy of being a Rich Young. This faction of their own is to beat the horse cannot catch up. The person in charge of a look at the 4 million to the account, directly excited from the table jumped up. Hey, factory. To call the workers to quickly rush to give me 3 customized school dormitory beds, jean shirting top royal mattress. All other business all give me to stop to give me all the firepower. Be sure to let me see these 3 mattresses before dark. The workers on the other side of the factory kind of knew what efficiency was. This factory went all out to make the 3 mattresses, and it was done in just 2 hours. Sure enough, they were made before nightfall, and the person in charge was so satisfied with the factory's speed that he announced that he would let the workers leave work an hour early as a reward. The next step is to send the mattresses to the big customers. Ordinary find a car to send is definitely not possible. Since it is a student, what is the characteristic of the young and vigorous young people? That is naturally ostentatious. This rich person is estimated to buy is to pretend. Then they naturally have to get a little more advanced, a little more powerful. The best let the whole school know that someone spent 4 million to buy their mattress. At about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun was still hot, and the campus was crowded and bustling. It was dinner time and students were flocking to the cafeteria, and there were some freshmen who were ready to go to a restaurant outside the school in order to celebrate the start of the school year. There is also a part of the students after dinner is not in a hurry to return to the dormitory, strolling through the campus, casually strolling to see if they can bump into sexual encounters. Chapter 13: What is called a luxury cross. Just at this time, a luxury Bentley sedan slowly drove into the campus, as if a bright star descended to the mortal world. Immediately after is 2 rows of neatly arranged Mercedes-Benz E300 vehicles. They are like loyal guards, guarding the front of the noble seat. The 2 rows of cars together amounted to more than a dozen vehicles, forming a spectacular scenery. And at the end of the line, there was a mysterious black truck following closely behind. Passing students couldn't help but stare in disbelief when they saw the banner hanging from the truck. Yang University's freshman, Jing Xiao, spent $4 million to customize 3 sets of mattresses. Such a bold move is really staggering. The scene in front of the eyes of all the students present were deeply shocked. Such a vast row was just to deliver mattresses to a certain young master? The Bentley, as the lead car, led a long series of magnificent Mercedes-Benz convoy behind it, just like a majestic honor guard. This huge fleet of cars finally stopped steadily in front of the boys' dormitory building, only to see from each Mercedes-Benz car walk down more than 10 men dressed in straight black suits, wearing exquisite black ties and clean white gloves. Their movements were neatly organized, and they quickly and elegantly stood down in a line, like well-trained soldiers, standing straight below the dormitory building. This group of men guarded around the black truck, like the staff of a money transport. A middle-aged man came down from the Bentley, his face full of spring, a long-lost smile on his lips. This was the general head of the area, and to show his respect, he had even borrowed the old boss's Bentley. This group of people set up a formation. After the person in charge made a gesture, 10 people shouted in unison, "Live up to expectations. The mission will be achieved." This loud and clear shout shook the entire dormitory building of the boys are out to watch. When they saw the banner on the truck, countless people began to shoot, clamor, and marvel. Jing Mo was also a bit dumbfounded. Wasn't this battle a bit too big? He was trying to keep a low profile. When Jing Xiao also leaned over the railing to look down, a group of people bent over and bowed to Jing Mo. "Good day, Jing Xiao. Who is it? This battle is awesome to the core. How much is the young master's mattress?" "For million. I'm not mistaken. For houses and they're lying as mattresses? This school is not to go. People just started school so rich. Even if I go to graduate school as a doctorate, what's the use? Estimated lifetime, even rich young man's mattress cannot afford to buy. Jing Mo listened to the sound of chattering and discussing. He kind of didn't want to sign the receipt. Big brother, our mattresses have arrived. I'll have them bring them up for you to lay out. Nyo Yongyu is a will come to things. Can't let his big brother to run a trip is The main thing is that this scene whoever shows his face will be able to pretend a wave of big in front of the public. This kind of opportunity is not often they must fight for it. Fu Mingming was not happy to hear. Third brother, this kind of errand work, how can I trouble you? You and big brother wait up there. I'll go down and run. Nyo Yongyu couldn't see this guy's fancy mind. Alas! Third brother said, this is polite. Your generation should be small, I should take care of you. But also I have to be the most appropriate to go. Fu Mingming called a heartbreaking Second brother, you have said so. I really can't bear you to run this errand, I still have to go. Jing Mo was speechless. You two go together, after all I bought 3, the other 2 are yours. You ask them to send our mattresses to the dormitory. Once Fu Mingming and Nyo Yongyu heard this, they also stopped talking. The 2 of them scattered and ran downstairs. This battle downstairs was enough to attract eyeballs. Even the girls' side of the dormitory were looking down through the windows, just to see what this Jing Xiao was in the end. So powerful. Nyo Yongyu and Fu Mingming walked out of the dormitory entrance. The 2 people stood tall. Temperament that must be pulled full. However, the 2 people feel that following a person around has a little impact on their own pretense, because they also want to be misunderstood as a rich young man. People are talking about the Beijing Young to buy some mattresses. They down 2 people, so who is the Beijing Young? But he himself is not a Beijing young man. Down to sign for the mattress is also face enough. Fu Mingming thought that he would change it later and take a picture to send it to the freshman group to pretend to be a pussy. Under the crowd's curious and expectant gaze, Nyo Yongyu and Fu Mingming walked towards the person in charge unhurriedly. They felt that all the pussy they had played in the past years was not as cool as this road, and they really wished that this road could be a little bit longer. When the 2 finally stood still in front of the person in charge, Nyo Yongyu was the first to speak. My big brother has instructed me, and I hope that you can help move these mattresses upstairs and make the beds for us. When the person in charge heard this, his expression instantly became very serious. He straightened his body and solemnly replied, of course there's no problem. This is originally a matter within the scope of services we should provide. Immediately afterward, he did not hesitate to give the order, all hands on deck, start unloading. Accompanied by this loud command, the group of valiant men dressed in black suits immediately sprang into action. They were all soldiers who had just retired from the army, and their well-trained and disciplined qualities were on full display at this moment. One could only see their movements as neat and organized as one, carrying out their tasks swiftly and efficiently. Several of the men walked quickly towards the back of the huge truck and skillfully opened the rear compartment door. 3 burly men nimbly climbed into the vehicle, steadily picked up the 3 heavy boxes placed inside, and then carefully stepped out of the vehicle. The whole process in one fell swoop, without the slightest sense of procrastination, so that people cannot help but deeply admire their professionalism. The 3 men holding the box stood at the front, with several black suits behind them, in a neat row. This group of people followed behind Nyo Yongyu and Fu Mingming up the dormitory building, and then came to Jing Ma's dormitory. This group of black suits made the 3 beds of Jing Mo, Nyo Yongyu, and Fu Mingming clean, and then took out the customized $1 million mattresses from the 3 boxes carefully and then neatly laid them down. Jing Xiao, this side of our mission has been completed. You keep my phone number. Feel free to contact me for anything in the future. We'll go back first. The person in charge handed over his business card to Jing Mo. Chapter 14. Don't be special just because you have money. Jing Mo waved his hand with a black face. It's all right. I'll call if something happens. The person in charge turned to the black suits lined up. All of you, retreat. The black suits shouted in unison to Jing Mo. Young Jing worked hard. Then a group of people hooted and hollered as they came, then hustled away. Really powerful. Nyo Yongyu was kind of convinced. Look at this segment of others, this realm of pretentiousness already don't know how many years ahead of himself. Fu Mingming looked at this scene, that is 2 eyes glowing, their own previous, that is what the thing you look at their own big brother, really is too pretentious. Jing Mo, that is full of black lines, thought to buy a mattress can make much noise, did not think, he is now in the school, want a low-key cannot low-key up. He is not just trying to live an honest college life. Why every time will be in their own unexpected way to pretend. Just at this time Jing Mo felt a little hungry. At noon on the high-speed train did not eat. Tossed a mouthful of water all afternoon, did not drink it. The moment he took out his cell phone, his iPhone 8S, which is outdated in this era, only received the message now because of the delay. Most of them are schoolmates about their own dinner message. There are some send their own selfie that white flower legs Jing Mo night have to lie in bed to learn a lot. Fan Qingxue this time sent a message, Jing Mo. Is it the 4 million mattress you bought? Jing Mo. Yes, you do not know that I came with no suitcase. Do not buy a mattress, I do not have a bed to sleep at night, Fan Qingxue, a mattress $4 million, you really rich second generation, Jing Mo. Rich, that is not have to let yourself sleep a little bit more comfortable. Fan Qingxue. Well, are you hungry? Let's go to the cafeteria to eat some meals. Jing Mo. I am indeed a little hungry. Fan Qingxue, then I will wait for you at the first door of the cafeteria. Jing Mo. Okay. Niu Yongyu lied on the bed and experienced. This $1 million mattress feels different. Really soft, Big brother, are you hungry? I'll take you out for a handful of meals. I have members in all the major restaurants in Y City. Niu Yongyu proposed. This guy does not have much ability to say how to enjoy, how to eat, drink, and play, that is know very well. Jing Mo heard rush to teach. Have a meal, just don't go to how good place, we go to the cafeteria to eat some on the line, we have to follow the masses. Don't because of the money have to engage in special, the tale of capitalism should be put away. Niu Yongyu rushed to the side to brag. Or Big Brother has insight, my pattern is still small. All listen to Big Brother arrangements. Fu Mingming took a look at this second brother brushing his presence every day. He didn't have much of a role to play. What if one day he abandoned himself and did not play with himself, then how to do? Now follow Jing Mo as a little brother is not because of the fear of Jing Mo expose their own scandal, but really get the benefits. If not to follow Jing Mo, his own life are not necessarily able to sleep on this millions of mattress. Big brother, little brother, I don't have much money. But you said that if you go to the cafeteria, you can order whatever you want to eat. Fu Mingming pasted up and said as if to please. Jing Mo waved his hand when he heard, Aya, I'm the big brother. This small amount of money, still use you guys out? Walking we march into the cafeteria. Cow pay 2 people, okay walking. Jing Mo. Wait, how do I feel if there is a person missing? Fu Mingming patted his head. Yeah, it's all the way to the eating point. How come the other roommate hasn't come yet? Jing Mo pondered for a moment. The 3 of us have all changed mattresses. Not giving him a whole one is not saying that we are ostracizing him. Fu Mingming heard unhappy said. The 2 of us, that is your little brother, you buy us a basis, but with him non-relative non-relationship, do not care about him, let's eat. Jing Mo heard the feeling that said also right, and then lifted his feet to the dormitory outside to go. Jing Mo and Niu Yongyu Fu Mingming 2 people walking together on the campus road, 2 people walking posture that is to be more beat up. But they are not afraid at all. I have heard of being bullied by the rich second generation. I have not heard of the rich second generation being bullied. Although they are not rich young. But their own big brother is rich young. Jing Mo breathlessly followed behind these 2 people. One said, the school beauty is really much casually passing by a girl body is super great black silk, hip skirt, and a pair of white shoes. The most show young woman charm. In front of these 2 goods, the eyes with LiDAR scanning like the eyes did not stay in a place for even a second. Fair skin, small waist, and youthful and beautiful face. College life is really worth longing for. The 3 of them came to the first door of the cafeteria, and there were 3 silhouettes standing at the entrance of the cafeteria. One of them was taller than the surrounding girls by a head. Fan Qingxue had purposely changed her clothes. The upper half of her body was wearing a white short-sleeved shirt with a red bow on her chest. The lower half of the black short skirt, that pair of straight comic legs, passing boys who came over had to look twice. Jing Mo, I'm here. Fan Qingxue saw Jing Mo from a long distance away. Fearing that he wouldn't see her, she reached out and waved her hand in his direction, relying on her height. Originally, all the boys around were looking at Fan Qingxue, and seeing her greeting someone else, the rest of them were curious as to who the person was who could make such a big beauty wait. When they saw Jing Mo, those men weren't curious anymore because it was too exasperating. Jing Mo was just too handsome, just like the male bar model. Does being handsome really mean you can do whatever you want? Those boys' 3 views were going to be destroyed. Damn, the goddess-level woman is actually waiting for this man. If they can be acquainted with this woman, not to mention letting her wait for them, they at least an hour in advance to wait here. Jing Mo walked to Fan Qingxue's side unhurriedly, with the crouching dragon phoenix at his side. The moment Fu Mingming saw Fan Qingxue, it awakened his unpleasant memories again. Fan Qingxue also recognized Fu Mingming, and she looked at Jing Mo with inquiring eyes. It's just such a coincidence, he's my roommate. Jing Mo replied helplessly. Fan Qingxue nodded slightly. Before Fan Qingxue could say anything, the girl beside Fan Qingxue spoke up. Kid, you're looking for our family shuai for dinner, and you even brought your roommate along. Jing Mo's sight looked to speak is also a girl. Small face, a little baby fat, tall, body is slender, wearing white silk and JK, head combed with a pair of double ponytails, typical lowly dress. Nyo Yongyu hid his eyes and fell in love, showing his big teeth and said with a smile, Isn't this following our big brother out to dilly-dally? His heart before also cursed Jing Mo, before saying so much what don't make special, put away the tale of capitalism and so on. Not willing to go out to eat with himself, it turns out that there is a beautiful woman and he dines together at night. But now it seems that eating at school is also quite fragrant. Chapter 15 I was there. Little Lori is a little arrogant, talking a little barbed. Your boss? You're saying this guy is your boss? Nyo Yongyu smiled kindly and said, Yes, we just recognized our boss. This kind of thing is very common in boys' dormitories. Fan Qingxue sighed helplessly and said, These are my two roommates, one is called Tian Tian, and the other is called Xiuji. Jing Mo said without thinking, Since everyone is here, let's go. He was really hungry, so he didn't care so much first. Find a place to eat first. Cafeteria has 2 floors. The first floor is plain rice type or some well-done rice. Take the dinner plate to ask the cafeteria aunt to add food to themselves. The second floor is the same as the snack street, a variety of food. Just like hot and sour noodles, barbecue. Fans? There's a gang of 6 today, so we definitely can't eat downstairs. At least we have to eat something good. 6 people found a window seat, sat down, ordered 8 fried dishes and some barbecue beer. The atmosphere on the floor was a bit awkward, as other than Jing Mo and Fan Qingxue, the rest of them were meeting for the first time. Chatting away, Tian Tian suddenly cursed with her cell phones. What a scum! Bullying a little girl. Saying that, she took her cell phone and shared with Fan Qingxue beside her that some onlookers in the forum of Yang University had photographed the scene that had happened in front of the school before and posted it on the forum. Maybach rich second-generation bully. Shouting for girls to write IOUs or call the police. Amazing! A freshman in a Lamborghini Bull heroically rescues a beauty, staging a textbook prince. Fan Qingxue, the new school beauty. Whose hand did the icy beauty fall into? Extremely rich kid spends $4 million on a new mattress. This freshman is really powerful. Someone sent $100,000 in red envelopes to the freshman group. Are the rich kids all over the place now? Many schoolmates have lamented that this year's freshmen are the most powerful of all time, driving a Lamborghini to report to the front and back. What's more, there is a rich second generation even spend $4 million to buy a mattress is also enough luxury. Jing Mo is not yet see the school forum, mainly because the phone is too hard to see, and so back must buy a newest model of Huawei cell phone. If he saw the forum estimates have to be speechless because these several popular things in the school all related to him because this matter was uploaded to the internet, the popularity of both Jing Mo and Nyo Yongyu was considered to be on fire. But the treatment of the two people on the internet that is very different. Jing Mo is known as the mysterious prince, God. Nyo Yongyu, on the other hand, is a crusade. Holy, look, there's a freshman driving a tens of millions of Lamborghini. It's awesome. Tian Tian looked at her cell phone with a shocked face and couldn't wait to share it with her bestie beside her. Josie was also a bit shocked. Fan Qingxue, on the other hand, had an embarrassed look on her face, as they qua awesome was sitting right across from her. Tian Tian was very envious because her family was also considered solid. However, having her family buy her a Lamborghini was a fool's errand. Ugh, I want a Lamborghini too. Tian looked across the room at Jing Mo with a stretch. Kid, did you watch the drama in front of the school today? You guys also came at noon, right? Did you see what that rich young man in a Lamborghini looks like? Jing Mo touched his chin. I saw it, but it's not so bad, Tian said with disappointment. Alas, that's hopeless. I'm face control. I can't see him. Fu Mingming and Nyo Yongyu stifled their laughter. Nyo Yongyu anachronistically opened his mouth and said, People may not necessarily be able to look at you. I was there at the time, and there was already a very pretty girl in his car coming down from his car together. Ahem. Ahem. Jing Mo and Fan Qingxue choked on their meals at the same time. Tian said with a haughty look on her face. Really? Is it better looking than even me? Nyo Yongyu could not answer this question well. After all, he was still thinking of chasing this Tian. But this question Fu Mingming grabbed the words and answered. It is better looking than you. I was also at the scene. Tian Tian looked at Fu Mingming suspiciously. Such a coincidence. All three of you were there at the time? Even if it's better looking than me, it's definitely not as good looking as our Shuer, said Tian Tian, also grinned and patted Fan Qing Shue's back with a proud face. Fu Mingming and Niu Yongyu laughed and agreed. That's that. She's definitely not as good looking as Qingxue. Fan Qingxue cried and laughed a little. She should have told Tian Tian about this in advance. If she knew that the one who drove the Lamborghini was Jing Mo, she would not die of embarrassment if she said that she couldn't look at him in front of others. Direct social death. But so much so that the conversation at the table sort of opened up. Tian Tian is a typical type of words, although Niu Yongyu love to pretend, but the family situation in the place where the talk is also very level. The two people also drank 2 bottles of beer, almost worshipped as brother and sister. There is a small episode in the middle. Tian sweet drink after scolding that bully girl Maybach man. Niu Yongyu hear the ear that is bitter. The key is to scold on scolding it. You also ask for their own opinions. What do you do in order to pick up girls' face or not follow others to scold themselves? He decided that in the future he could never admit that he had driven a Maybach in front of Tian Tian. While the crowd was talking to each other, a man's voice sounded from the side. Qingxue, you got into Yang University too? Only to see a male at the table behind him stand up and walk towards his table. Fan Qingxue and Tian Tian smiled and greeted the boy who came. Zhou Xian, weren't you enrolled in Jinling University before? How come you came to Y State University? Zhou Xian was white and clean-looking, with the kind of Korean-style 3/7-parted hair and earrings dangling from his ears. Zhou Xian before is and Tian Sweet Fan Qingxue High School. In the school is also regarded as a small famous rich second generation high school that will be on Fan Qingxue confession once, but did not agree. However, the relationship between the two is quite good. Zhou Xian, this person, it knows the proportion and scale, will not be like ordinary licking dog stalking. He will use means. I'm not that did not pass the exam. I had no choice but to come here. I didn't expect you to come to school here too. What a coincidence. High school classmate. Fan Qingxue explained to Kumo about the identity of the people coming. This explanation allowed Zhou Xian to detect a hint of something wrong. A man like him who had been in the battlefield for a long time could perceive a woman's mind from some faint gestures. Fan Qingxue took the initiative to explain her identity because she was afraid that the man in front of her would misunderstand. If it was the past, Fan Qingxue would not have taken the initiative to explain. It seems that this man is not ordinary in Fan Qingxue's heart. Zhou Xian looked at Jing Mo with a touch of viciousness in the middle of his eyes. I don't know where a little white boy popped up from and wanted to eat swan meat with a toad. Just with that face you want to pick up Fan Qingxue, and you don't inquire about what kind of men who had thoughts about her before or now. Chapter 16, Poor Man. P.S. I wish you all a happy Mid-Autumn Festival and family reunion. Previously, there were also ungrateful people who wanted to hit Fan Qingxue's idea, but they were all violently beaten up by the people he found. The lightest are broken 2 ribs, but their family has a relationship in the city council. Anyway, the police are to the lack of evidence has been the case shelved. Eventually, all those people who were beaten were not settled. Anyway, in Zhou Xian's opinion, as long as the men around Fan Qingxue all drive away, the only man who stayed by her side is the man who is married. Zhou Xian thought to himself, I must give this kid a little color when I have the chance. Tian Tian has a very good feeling about this Zhou Xian. People are handsome and have money at home. The main thing is that people are very good. In high school, he helped his family take care of business and made some money. People of the same age are still eating and drinking. People have already earned money. This point is enough to make him proud of himself. She had always wanted to help Zhou Xian facilitate a romance with Fan Qingxue, and usually didn't mention Zhou Xian in front of Fan Qingxue. Zhou Xian naturally did not appear here by chance. Of course, Tian Tian sent him a small message, which made him come late. Tian greeted Zhou Xian at the table as she was familiar with herself. Zhou Xian, you just sit next to Shuer. You two haven't met for a summer vacation just to chat. Tian Sweet that will play the auxiliary. Zhou Xian just came to get up to make her place. Zhou Xian was also not polite, went up and sat beside Fan Qingxue in a self-conscious manner. Xiao Shui, it's been a long time, and you didn't say that you've come to Yang University. Otherwise, I would have invited you for dinner in advance. I have a box in the meandering residence. Usually we're not open to the public. Only I go to that box to use. You want to eat can go where After all, the meal in the cafeteria is too low end. The taste is not very good Zhou Xian's words were meant to mock Jing Mo for coming out to eat and actually treating a girl to eat in the cafeteria. A poor man who couldn't rise to the occasion. Jing Mo does not care. He himself on this Fan Qingxue did not mean that aspect. His cell phone, but there are dozens of all kinds of contact information of the school sister, cannot because of a tree to give up a forest. So even in the face of other people mocking his face, he is not moved because things have to be low-key. Zhou Xian intended to speak is to say to the opposite side of the Jing Mo, but people listened to their own mockery after the eat drink a little reaction. What's wrong with this guy is not understand what he said. However, Jing Mo did not have much reaction, but Fan Qing opened her mouth and said, I invited others to come here to eat. This is Jing Mo's classmate. We met on the high-speed train today and helped me carry my suitcase. I invited him to have a meal in the school in order to thank him. Zhou Xian's heart was relieved when he heard this, so it was like this. He also thought that he was interested in Fan Qingxue. But almost no man can resist Fan Qingxue's beauty. He didn't believe that this man really didn't have any idea about Fan Qingxue at all. Out of politeness, mainly also want to be in front of Fan Qingxue, cannot lose demeanor, got up and stretched out his hand to Jing Mo. Hello Jing Mo students. My name is Zhou Xian, is Fan Qingxue's childhood friend. Jing Mo got up and shook the other's hand. Hello? My name is Jing Mo. Since Xiao Shui said she wanted to thank you a bit, then don't be polite at this meal, it's on me. Jing Mo said indifferently. You guys are the proprietors, you call the shots. Zhou Xian. The dishes here don't quite suit Xiao Shui's taste. She didn't even eat much. Tian on one side opened her mouth and reminded. Zhou Xian smiled gently. That's right. Xiao Shui was used to eating mountains and seas with me before. She won't eat this kind of crude food. Let's do it this way, a few brothers. I'll take Xiao Shui to Meander residence for dinner. You guys eat here. I'll pay for how much you eat. After saying that, he wanted to pull Fan Qingxue by his side to leave. Jing Mo couldn't help but frown a little. Beside him, Niu Yongyu had endured for a long time. This person was really nasty, pretentious. He wouldn't allow anyone other than Jing Mo to be more pretentious than him. Previously, he hadn't torn his face off entirely because this man had a good relationship with his favorite girl, Tian, and didn't want to pull down his impression because of it. But now people are stomping on the face. If you are still not moved, that really is not to say too much. Even better-looking women abound in this world. But thighs can be just one. Snap. What do you mean what you guys eat is mountain delicacies and seafood? What we eat is coarse tea and rice. Niu Yongyu fiercely slapped his chopsticks on the table, then angrily looked at Zhou Xian on the opposite side. Zhou Xian smiled sarcastically. Isn't it? As far as you poor bastards can eat a meal in the second floor of the cafeteria, even if it's a potluck. You know I'm in the meandering residence, a dish is thousands of dollars. Isn't what you guys ate compared to that just a rough meal? Jing Mo wanted to stop Niu Yongyu's, but the system's voice suddenly rang in his ears. I do not allow the host low profile, must be ruthless to hit the face back. Hit the face of the success of the reward for all the shares of the meandering residence. Failure immediately have to be constipated. The system's voice rarely carried a bit of human emotion, as if it was anger. When Jing Mo heard this, he directly slapped the chopsticks in his hand on the table. Damn, you can keep a low profile yourself, but you can't make me constipated. He stopped Niu Yongyu. You're saying that we're eating a rough meal, right? Jing Mo's tone was unhurried. The smell of gunpowder ignited at the scene. Tian helped on the side. Jing Mo, don't be like this. People are kind enough to invite you to dinner. You should at least be polite. Jing Mo snorted coldly. I didn't say a word from the beginning to the end, but you're just mocking us for being poor. Tian was very unhappy and pulled Fan Qingxue. Xiao Shui. Look at these people. I don't know where they came from. They have no manners at all. Fan Qingxue's cold face was a little upset. Tian. Zhou Xian, what are you two doing? How can you talk about them like that? Tian looked condescendingly at the opposite side of the Jing Mo trio. I told you that they are not good people. Not to mention the fact that letting a girl treat a girl to a meal is already downright rude, and being late for a dinner date is not polite at all. Niu Yongyu was about to die of anger, rolled up his sleeves and was ready to strike. Chao Nima, who are you calling uneducated? Tian hurriedly hid behind Fan Qingxue at this situation. Look at him. He's still planning to make a move. Now he's not only uneducated but also rude. Fan Qingxue frowned. She was born with a cold personality, and when she encountered this kind of thing, she could only be anxious and didn't know how to mediate the misunderstanding. Zhou Xian proudly got up. Why? If you want to make a move, you can try. Tian played a ghost face on the side. You several poor people. Zhou Xian is a black belt in Taekwondo. The three of you together are not enough for him to beat. Fu Mingming was dying of anger and really wanted to go up and slap this woman. But just as he did, Jing Mo stopped the two. How did I explain to the two of you before to be low-key and kind in the world? You can't move your hands. After saying this, his eyes looked at Zhou Exan with a flinty look. You said this place is rough. If I want to eat, isn't it enough? Chapter 17, did you just videotape it? Zhou Exan said with a disdainful face. Of course, I can afford to pay for as much as you want to eat. Jing Mo was happy to hear that and continued to latch on to Zhou Exan's words. Then you're in charge of our brother's meals as well? Zhou Exan squinted at Jing Mo's trio. Look at you worthless things. As soon as you hear of taking advantage, your eyes are glowing, just like you are worthy of eating with Xiao Shui. Jing Mo stuck to Niu Yongyu's ear and whispered a few words. Having you say this is enough. Niu Yongyu suddenly got up and shouted to the entire cafeteria. Everyone pay attention. Whoever recognizes our Jing Xiao as a brother today will pay for all the consumption in the cafeteria. This side of the commotion has already attracted a lot of good people, but this voiced directly to the entire cafeteria to shout silence for 3 seconds. Hundreds of people stared at this side in unison. They are bold to try to ask, really? As long as you admit and Jing is a brother to eat in the cafeteria today, free of charge? After hearing this, Niu Yongyu replied back, yes. All the consumption present today will be credited to Jing Xiao. In an instant, the entire cafeteria cheered in unison. Good day, Brother Jing. Hello, Brother Jing. Long time no see, Brother Jing. Brother Jing, you're so handsome. These students who went up to Kyung Mo after greeting him laughed and went to the cafeteria window to order food. Niu Yongyu looked at the somewhat confused Zhou Exan. Come on, young Master Zhou. Pay for the coarse tea and rice for us inferior people. Zhou Exan gritted his teeth. I only said to invite the 3 of you for dinner. I didn't say to invite so many people. Jing Mo shrugged. You said you were inviting a few of our brothers. You didn't say how many. Those present are all my brothers. You said you were going to treat and pay for the meal. Zhou Exan then realized that he had been sidetracked and was speechless for a moment. Jing Mo looked to Niu Yongyu. Inform the merchants that all the dishes are free today. The bookkeeping is all on me, and finally let young Master Zhou settle the bill. As soon as Niu Yongyu heard that, a bad smile appeared on his face. Okay, big brother. Promise to complete the task. After saying that, he himself ran to the window and one by one told the merchants in the cafeteria about these things. At first, the merchants were still hesitant, but the cafeteria's manager decidedly agreed when he heard Jing Mo's name. After some students tried to order food and realized that they really didn't want to pay, they directly picked some of the most expensive ones to buy and just bought some that they didn't want to eat before. Just like there was a 200+ pound innate original sacred body that directly ordered over $1,000 worth of barbecue in one breath. There were many other saint bodies like this one, as well as the Orthodox girls and Ms. Pogon's saint body, who were notorious for their fighting prowess and didn't know what frugality was at all. The food in the cafeteria was ordered fast. Many merchants had finished their orders, and there were still students behind them in line. Zhou Exan saw her eyes had been icy cold, but he secretly sneered in his heart anyway. They do not pay in the end. The money can be all counted on this guy's body. Wait for these people to finish eating to see how this guy to pay this money. Miss Tian began to reprimand Jing Mo. You people really don't know what's good for you. Zhou Exan invited you guys to dinner, but you want to harm him. We're not paying this bill. Niu Yongyu was already completely disgusted with this kind of woman directly disliking her back. Are you just playing with the internet and playing stupid? Do you know how to distort the facts here? You don't look at who pretended to be here first, saying that this is a crude meal and that only poor people come here to eat. He also said that he can afford to order as much as he wants, but when we buy a little bit more, he stopped talking. Why is this too expensive? We're expensive, so many years are this price. Do not open your eyes, nonsense. The cafeteria is difficult. So many years of rough tea is this price. Where is expensive? You cannot afford to pay to find their own reasons. Well, so many years to earn how much money to come out to pretend no money to go to work. Seriously, do not come out to pretend to be a big tail wolf, right? Niu Yongyu said this paragraph can be described as mockery value pull full. Tian was so angry that she wanted to curse. Zhou Exan stared at the gas, obviously not light, but he looked like he thought of something. The corners of his mouth rose. Your name is Jing Mo, right? You 3 are now kneeling in front of me begging me to pay you. Otherwise I'm shaking my hands off and you're waiting for those merchants to find you for money. Just you poor bastards, even if you work all your lives, it won't be enough to pay it back. Especially you. This mouth I especially don't like. You yourself smack yourself 100 slaps. Otherwise I definitely won't care about you guys. He calculated that so many people ordering food today would cost at least more than 100,000 yuan. So much money, even he was a bit overwhelmed. This amount of money is definitely not going to come out, But first find a way to get out of this breath before saying. He was sure that these guys are a poor man, thought he would definitely pay for him, which dared to do so. But he will not pay for him, this money will wait for them to give it. Even if these guys kneeled down and begged themselves, it would just let Fan Qingxue see how downtrodden these guys were, and it would be impossible to develop anything in the future. Tian also thought of this problem, excitedly dancing around. Zhou Exine, we can't let him off so easily. We have to kneel here for an hour, and let the surrounding students take pictures and send them to the forum. Jing Mo saw these two people a little oddly, said, "Are you really rich? This amount of money is still grating." Zhou Exine heard a gloomy face and asked, "What did you say? It's this time and you're still talking to me like this? Aren't you afraid that I really don't care about you?" Jing Mo spread his hands. "I don't care. Who cares about your hundreds of thousands of dollars? What are you saying? Do you know what hundreds of thousands of dollars is? You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you can pay this money, I'll eat on the spot." Jing Mo brightened up and said to Niu Yongyu, "Did you just videotape it?" Niu Yongyu reached out and gave a thumbs up. "Don't worry, big brother. The whole thing is videotaped. Wait to go back and send the forum." Zhou Exine almost fainted at the sound of this. These two assholes. Jing Mo coughed twice. "This is what you said. I didn't force you. Wait, if I pay the money you can't cheat." Zhou Exine gritted his teeth and said with a stubborn face, "I don't believe that you can really come up with hundreds of thousands of dollars to treat a bunch of irrelevant people to dinner." Jing Mo said unhappily, "What are you talking about? Didn't I say? These people are my brethren, not irrelevant people. You really have your ears still a little back." Tian saw Zhou Exine some stage fright, hastily jumped out to support. "Zhou Exine, you do not show fear. This guy is bluffing, want to show in front of Xiaoxue. In fact, he is a poor man. Think about it, can come to the cafeteria to eat, is not a poor man is what, and also let a woman to treat a meal." Zhou Exine's expression became even more determined upon hearing this. "If you have the ability to pay, if you pay the money, not only will I eat on the spot, I'll call you a father." Chapter 18 Goddesses can't be whored out for nothing. He would rather believe that Zhou Exine ate than that Jing Mo couldn't come up with the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not to mention how much this cafeteria can eat. Not too long after, Niu Yongyu ran over with a long list of bills in his hand. "Big brother," the cafeteria manager said, "a total of 176,000. Because we are students, to give us a discount behind the zero erased." Niu Yongyu handed the bill to Jing Ma. But Jing Ma didn't take it. "You have to show the bill to Zhou Exine to Fu Hao, after all. He said he was the one who paid the bill." Niu Yongyu heard this with a harumph, flinging the order in his hand to Zhou Exine. "Come on, rich young man, pay up." Zhou Exine's face was ironic. "I said I'll only pay for you three." Jing Mo smiled and said, "Yeah, you can consider the three of us buying these things too." Fu Mingming liked to make up for it the most. "I thought it was some rich young man, but it turned out to be blowing awesome." Tian was articulate to the point where she still didn't forget to dig at Jing Mo. "Xiaoxue, you look at this group of ugly faces on the opposite side of the street. The character is corrupt. This is not honestly making things difficult for people." Fan Qingxue shook off Tian's hand that was pulling her back this time. She was a bit fuming. "Sweet, what's wrong with you? Can't you see that it's Zhou Exine who keeps provoking Jing Mo? If he hadn't said that Jing Mo was poor, how would people give Zhou Exine a hard time? If it wasn't Zhou Exine himself who said that he would pay for the three Jing Mo's bills, there's no reason for Jing Mo to treat all of his classmates in the cafeteria to dinner." Tian pursed her lips with a defiant face and said, "Xiaoxue, what are you talking about? It's obvious that Jing Mo has no money and still wants to pick you up. I'm doing this for your own good, not wanting to see you with this kind of person." Fan Qingxue looked at Tian incredulously. For the first time, she felt that she was this kind of person. "Jing Mo and I are just ordinary friends. Can't we have a girlfriend if we don't have money? Is not having money an original sin?" Tian didn't feel at all that she was wrong, still arguing. "In this society, if you don't have money, you don't have status and are looked down upon. You are so pretty you can obviously live a good life with a rich one. Just at the side of the autumn cannot stand to see. Sweet, this world cannot be anything to be rich to judge a person's character and achievements. The past, many people are not rich, but there are also achievements not bad. Just like a homeless man who obviously lived a downtrodden life himself, but still sponsored several students to go to college. A person's richness in the spiritual world is what really deserves to be admired." Tian gritted her teeth. "I'm not that great. How the world is, and I have nothing to do with it. I'm just a small woman who just wants me and the people around me to live well. You follow Jing Mo, this kind of poor man is no good. Zhou Exine is a rich second generation. People are also very affectionate to you. From high school, when you like you, why don't you agree?" What I don't like is people. If I am with him because of money, I will look down on myself. I won't rely on men to get a lot of material things. I'll work hard on my own to get what I want. Fan Qingshua's words were spoken in an unusually firm manner without being condescending. Tian Tian was speechless for a while. It wasn't because these words made her feel ashamed. She was thinking that there were still such stupid women in this world. Obviously have such excellent appearance. Not used to please men to get to satisfy their own material and vanity is a waste of awe. While the three women were arguing, Zhou Exan stared at Jing Mo dead in the face. Poor bastards like you want to pretend to be in front of a goddess, but you chose the wrong object. Today your trouble has come. I definitely won't pay for you now. Now that you owe so many merchants, I'll see how you can pay back. If you want to be a scoundrel, that's fine too. I'll ask the best lawyers at my own expense on behalf of those merchants you owe money to tell you that. Just you wait. Zhou Exan spoke in a very vicious tone, just to make sure that Jing Mo had no room to turn around. Even if their family gave this money, but more than $170,000 is a huge amount of money for an ordinary family. Jing Mo pulled out his ears with a face full of disinterest. Jumping clown. Why do you keep thinking that you're the only rich person in this world? I know there are a lot of rich people in this world, but it can't be you. Look at you all poor and sour, wearing clothes up and down to my clothes buttons can't afford. Zhou Exan had a haughty face like the superior looking down on the inferior. Jing Mo looked at the clothes he was wearing. This is still the clothes he brought from home. The original owner's family is not good. The clothes he wore were bought at the stalls a long time ago. Niu Yongyu and Fu Mingming were stealing joy on the side, just waiting to see the punch in the face. Just then, the manager of the cafeteria walked over. Hello. Who's going to pay for this 176,000? Zhou Exan became a man with a teasing face looking at this scene. He wanted to see how much longer Jing Mo could pretend not to beg him. Jing Mo glanced at Zhou Exan. Aren't you going to pay? Zhou Exan was unmoved and directly ignored Jing Mo. I really don't know what there is to pretend, saying that this is a rough meal, but as a result, you can't even pay. Zhou Exan directly broke his defense upon hearing this and glared at Niu Yongyu. Shut your stinking mouth. I'll pay my money if I want to. If you don't want to pay, don't pay. Instead, you guys think about what to do. I'd love to see your family come over and blame you and suffer to get the money together for you. Jing Mo really didn't want to dilly-dally with this person. Give me the VX payment code. I'll transfer the money to you. Then Jing Mo swept the payment code to transfer 180,000 to the manager. 180,000. Make up an auspicious number. Save the extra money. When I come to the cafeteria next time, I won't have to spend any money. The manager looked at the $1,800,000 that arrived in the account and the corners of his mouth rose. Today's turnover was more than the previous 3 days. The manager greeted Jing Mo. Okay, Jing Xiao, you don't need to pay for any of your future meals in our cafeteria. I thank you for the entire school. When the manager left, Zhou Exan and Tian Tian were both in shock for a moment. Jing Xiao, Jing Xiao. Zhou Exan recited before suddenly remembering something. You're the Jing Xiao who just bought a $4 million apiece mattress? It must not be an ordinary family to be able to pay 180,000 so lightly. Plus, the name Jing Xiao had already started to circulate in the school. Couldn't be such a coincidence that both had the surname Jing and were also so rich. Jing Mo didn't want to say anything more to this cerebral palsy here. Anyway, the mission was accomplished. Wait until tomorrow to go shopping to buy some things, then go to take over his own novel company, and then think about how to spend all $10 million. He's a bit worried right now because he has too much money. Qingshu, I paid for this meal today. You still owe me a meal, have a chance to eat again. Just kidding. Even if you are a goddess, you can't whore yourself out for nothing. Chapter 19. Please refuse the schoolgirl's request for a date. If it wasn't for the fact that he had to fulfill this mission, he wouldn't even bring himself to take care of Zhou Exan. From beginning to end, this person was displeasing to Jing Mo. Jing Mo's character was actually very introverted, and he didn't take many things to heart. But Zhou Exan, this person from beginning to end to talk, is to put himself into a very high position, look down on people who do not have his money. The other side of the words are words in the words. The surface of the good intentions want to invite the three of them to dinner. In fact, behind the scenes is in the pretense of beating the face, is trying to use Jing Mo as a stepping stone, highlighting his rich identity. Jing Mo 3 wanna leave. Fan, please snow this time came up. I'm sorry Jing Mo. This meal is really unpleasant. Wait for tomorrow, I'll treat you to another meal. Jing Mo glanced at Tian Tian and Zhou Exan. Then I hope there aren't so many people at dinner. Tian Tian heard a green burst of white on her face and said frantically, Rich terrific. Zhou Exan is much richer than you. Their family is running a company. Zhou Xian grimaced. Kid, even if your family has some money, but you and I are not in the same world. Please stay away from Fan Qingxue in the future. Jing Mo didn't say anything yet. Fan Qingxue said angrily. What right do you have to control my socialization? I want to get close to whoever I want to get close to. What qualification do you have to control me? Qingxue, what did you say? Are you serious? What's serious or not? I just said it's okay between us. You're not qualified to control me socially. And please don't call me Qingxue. We haven't reached that point between us. Fan Qingxue was really angry. That originally cool face was now gloomy. Her tone was cold, and she said very nonchalantly, Good, very good. I chased you for 3 years before when fed to the dog. This little white boy's family can't be richer than me. When the time comes, you will regret for your having eyes without pearls. Zhou Xian stared at Fan Qingxue and Jing Mo. The anger in his eyes was about to be suppressed and rushed out. And after putting down these words, he decisively turned around and left. Today he was considered to have lost all face. Jing Mo glanced at Zhou Xian's back, before he left to look at his own eyes a little sinister. It seems that this kid will not stop. In the future, it is inevitable to find their own trouble. Tian said with a furious face. Fan Qingxue, you are really enough. The person who is good to you, you don't cherish. The 3 years of relationship between us, you don't care so much. What you just said is really too much. Don't forget how Zhou Xian treated you during the 3 years in high school. Fan Qingxue face Tian's questioning face did not have the slightest wavering. The tone is still firm. Tian. A bit of time. I do not want to take the words to the stage to say, why do you so kind of Zhou Xian your own heart clear? These 3 years you did not charge him less money. You sell all my information to Zhou Xian. Not only that, as long as I appear around the boys, you will find ways to let him away from me to alienate me. And even once into the hospital, you dare to say that this and you have nothing to do with it? Tian listened and her whole face went pale. I didn't. You're talking nonsense. I simply appreciate Zhou Xian as a person. Fan Qingxue sneered. Really? Zhou Xian lost a fortune when he knocked up a girl in high school and left it alone. Did you know about this? This is what you call a good person. This is what you call appreciation? I don't know what promise Zhou Xian made you that made you try to set me up with him. But now if you still want to be my BFF, then shut up. Tian bit her lip with a resigned face. Xiao Shui. I'm sorry. I definitely won't meddle in your personal affairs in the future. She can't break the relationship with Fan Qingxue now. High school 3 years of their own all rely on Zhou Xian to give money to let her live a quality life. All of this all comes from Fan Qingxue. If they break with Fan Qingxue, there is no use for it. Zhou Xian will not give himself money. Fan Qingxue no longer say anything to Tian sweet, turned his head to Jing Mo said, Today is not early. If you have not eaten enough, we go to the school door near the stall to eat some. Jing Mo originally wanted to leave, but when he heard Fan Qingxue's request for a date for himself, his footsteps stopped. A beautiful woman wanting to treat herself to a meal alone. This wouldn't be refused by anyone, right? Just when Kyung Mo wanted to agree, a voice came from inside his head. Host, you are a man with a mission to become a super rich man in the future. You must have a noble and unique taste, You must be careful in choosing a girlfriend. Before you achieve greatness, you must not easily get involved in emotional matters, because feelings will only become a stumbling block in your path, hindering your steps towards success. So make sure you remain sober and sensible, and strive to become a true Sigma man. So please refuse the schoolgirl's request for a date. Jing Mo gritted his teeth. This system has no sense of boundaries at all. Fan Qingxue just got mad because her best friend is in charge of her socializing. He himself is good now. He is actually in charge of the system, but Fan Qingxue can still get mad. But he himself doesn't dare to get mad. The system may make himself constipated if he gets mad. Jing Mo faced a bitter smile. I go back to have to study, so I will not go wait for time later. Saying that, he greeted the 2 minions around him and turned to leave. Fan Qingxue looked at Jing Mo's back that was angry and gritted his teeth. He took the initiative to ask him for a date. He even refused himself. Study. The book is as good as her. Chiozi. Let's go too. Said Fan Qingxue stepped on the small leather shoes did a fast step away. That speed was like a gust of wind. Chioji sighed. What kind of anger is this again? She is simply rubbing rice, did not expect this crap thing wave after wave. They have not eaten 2 mouthfuls or go back to eat instant noodles. Tian shamelessly also followed up. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the system mission. Rewarded with all the shares of Meander House. Rewarding a Rolls-Royce Phantom for completing the task of rejecting the schoolgirl. The host's charisma value has increased once again. The system's beeps kept ringing in Jing Mo's ears. Fortunately, just rejected Fan Qingxue. Rolls-Royce, this is the car driven by the richest people. Lamborghini, although very handsome but very impractical, Lamborghini can only pull one sister at a time, but Rolls-Royce can pull three. In fact, this is the car Jing Mo dreamed of. In his heart, sports car is just a toy. Really, if the status symbol has to be Rolls-Royce. System, why don't you tell me earlier that the reward is a Rolls-Royce? Almost agreed. Are you kidding? Who would choose a woman over a Rolls-Royce? With a Rolls-Royce, how can you be worse off with a woman? Detecting that the host is ready to agree, I have to make it short. But system, you just increase my charisma value and don't let me have a girlfriend. What's the point of this increase? Chapter 20. Installing the most expensive computer. I'm just saying that I won't let you find a girlfriend easily, but I'm not preventing you from finding a woman. Jing Mo was very speechless to this system. It looks like this system is not a serious system either. Can a system that produces Dragon Essence Durex be a serious system? Boss, you refused even when the school flower asked you for a date. You really aren't close to women. Fu Mingming flattered on the side. Niu Yongyu took over. I've always thought that, boss. You taught us to keep a low profile because you were afraid that we would steal your thunder, but now I'm kind of convinced that you're really keeping a low profile. But boss, so early back to the dormitory can do what? I propose to go out to wash your feet. Y City is most famous for bathing, foot washing, massage. I'll take you to experience one. Jing Mo thought about it and refused. Today I sat in the car all day, some tired. Want to go back to rest early. But boss, it's only 7 o'clock this early. Can you go back and sleep? No, let's go back and play the game. Jing Mo think this proposal is very good, but they do not have a computer, cannot play the game. Looking at the time is still early, as well as now go to match a computer. After all, there are times when not having a computer is still quite inconvenient. Can be, but I do not have a computer, cannot play. Why don't you guys wait for me in the dormitory? I go out to buy a computer? Originally the two also wanted to follow along, but was stopped by Jing Mo. Can't go out with two little brothers who don't look like good people. Near the university there is a Galaxy Electronic City, next to a street called Pai Shi Street, which is considered a famous pedestrian street in the city of Y. Kyung Mo went to the entrance of the school and started his car, and then he went out to buy a computer. Jing Mo to the school entrance to start his Lamborghini to the Galaxy Electronic City near the shopping mall. The car will stop after a casual stroll. This is the time when people just finish eating and go out for a stroll. The city is brightly lit everywhere, and there are more pedestrians at night than in the daytime. Jing Mo first came to the Huawei store and bought a folding screen Huawei cell phone. This cell phone had a large memory, was suitable for office work, and was very fast. Jing Mo transferred all the data from the old phone to the new phone. This new cell phone feels just fine to use, it's good to have money. In order to complete the task, he deliberately bought the most expensive cell phone. Came to a computer store in Galaxy Electronic City. Just walked into the store, there is a high school-age young man to a middle-aged woman pointing to a ROG laptop opened. Mom, this is good. I want to buy this. This computer is awesome. My classmates all bought this one. This one is pretty good. But look at the others and pick a favorite. The middle-aged woman was wearing a luxurious cheongsam, holding an LV bag in her hand and wearing a gold necklace around her neck. One of the store's marketers smiled and went forward to entertain her. Hello. You were looking for a computer for your son, right? You come over here to see our latest models. Fang Xiao wasn't very old, and at a glance, she could tell that this woman should be a no-brainer, all covered in designer labels, but it looked like the computers they were looking at were all priced at less than $20,000, suggesting that the budget was only so high. Let's see if we can find a way to sell them one that is more than $30,000, in which case we can also have $1,000 in commission. Kyung Mo walked into the store. Fang Xiao just measured a few eyes of Kyung Mo's clothing and then subconsciously ignored to focus on the reception of this pair of mother and son. A seemingly worthless clothes, here is the ROG store, just a computer are tens of thousands of dollars. Many people just look at the store to experience a prototype, simply cannot afford to buy a computer here. Jing Mo is trying to ask if there are any computer accessories here. He wants to install a desktop computer. But see, the salesman here does not pay attention to him. He will politely look around and wait for the salesman to finish the customer reception and then talk about their own needs is not too late. When Fang Xiao saw that Jing Mo did not leave the store but looked around instead, she felt that she could not just leave him hanging and called for a younger marketer. That little Feng, come entertain and see what he wants. A young girl whose age seems to be just over 20 years old trotted over and bent over politely. Good evening, sir. Are you looking to buy a computer? Jing Mo lying down to look at the prototype it around a soft female voice came. He glanced at Feng Muyun, the girl wearing a black lady suit, hair combed very sharp, melon face, willow leaf eyebrows, features are very soft, authentic Jiangnan girl, speaking in a delicate voice. This makes the always cold Jing Mo speak are clamped up, speak to compare to the usual are gentle a lot. I want to configure a host. The configuration will follow the best. What latest generation i9, what 4090 Raptor, and then a Genesis case and ROG display. He thought that this configuration should be able to play the game. The other aspects of the demand is to check the information and processing documents and so on. The display screen of course has to be the best. Feng Muyun heard this configuration a little shocked. She looked at the body of Jing Mo did not wear any expensive clothes. The hand also did not bring a watch. This person really is not over to smash the scene of it. Because he said this configuration 4090 Raptor on more than $20,000. This set down to nearly $70,000. She hesitated for a moment, some reluctant to say, "You said these are the most cutting-edge configuration. At present we do not store. If you really want, if I can only contact the master to give you from the headquarters to transfer over. If you can't, you can take a look at this one. It's also a new model. Look at your age, should be a student of the nearby university, right students? Then this one is enough." Feng Muyun pointed to an Asus computer beside her and introduced. In fact, their store really did have the configuration that Jing Mo wanted. But she didn't believe that Jing Mo could really afford it, so she found a reason to shrug it off. Jing Mo looked at the configuration of this computer mainly to look at the price, only 6,000 more. Configuration of anything does not matter, the main must be expensive to work. 3 days to spend all 10 million. Feng Muyun see Jing Mo frown, think he should be guessed right, he should be feel expensive. So she spoke in a low voice. "If you think this price is expensive, we still have used ones for sale, and the price over there is more affordable." She was a bit embarrassed herself when she said this. Jing Mo glanced at the young girl, then smiled and said, "Then call your master to set me up with a computer with the configuration I just mentioned. If you can get it done for me tonight, I'll give you $10,000 in manual labor." Feng Muyun was a bit unresponsive for a moment. "Sir, are you really sure you want it? Once it's installed it means there's no way to get a refund." Feng Muyun kindly reminded, because these accessories were all individually packaged, and if you wanted to assemble them you would definitely have to open the package. Chapter 21. Dog's eyes looked down on people. Jing Mo nodded and said, "I do want it." However, there was no way for a newly arrived intern to make a decision on this matter. So she first arranged for Kyung Mo to sit on the store's sofa and wait, and then ran to Feng Xiuxiu's side by herself. Feng Xiuxiu was happily entertaining the customers here, and when she saw Feng Muyun actually ran over, she was a bit unhappy. This newcomer still wants to steal her business. "Little Feng, you wait for a while. I will first entertain the honored guests over here." The mother and daughter over here were about to place an order for more than 30,000 computers. She definitely couldn't let Feng Muyun take the business away. Feng Muyun was a little afraid of Feng Xiuxiu but still had the courage to open her mouth. The guest over there asked the master to install a top-of-the-line 4090 Raptor for him. Feng Xiuxiu listened to all the disdain on her face, thinking that this knew how to be so unintelligent. A little bit of insight or not, the customer over there does not look like he can afford to buy a computer. Look. She clasped her hands on her chest with a face of disdain and impatience. "Why don't you let him wait for a while until I'm done over here?" She didn't even think that Jing Mo could have the money to set up a 4090. That was the highest configuration of graphics cards nowadays, more than $20,000 for just one part. I guess he was looking at the new guy in the store who was good-looking and wanted to save face, so if he really let him pay, he started making excuses again. But Feng Muyun is still next to her and refuses to go. "Sister Xiu, I see that he really intends to ask for it." Feng Xiuxiu compensated with a smile to the mother and daughter beside her. "I'm sorry, this side of the newcomer does not know what to do. Your side first look at this laptop." Then she turned her face and said in a bad mood, "Look at him. Is he able to organize a computer? You let him pay half of the deposit. I will immediately ask the master to give him a group. 4090 a machine has to be $70,000 to $80,000. Feng Muyun was chastised, then went back. "This gentleman, our side wants you to pay a deposit, afraid that you won't want it again after it's installed." Jing Mo thought about this reasoning. After all, tens of thousands of dollars of equipment. "That can you take your store payment QR code to me over? Also don't what deposit, you say how much? I will give you an additional 10,000 yuan of manual fee. Please you quickly give me to install the machine on the line." Feng Muyun see Jing Mo is not joking. The heart is a little nervous. She is still the first time to contact such a large single. Feng Xiuxiu is still concerned about this side of the movement, See Feng Muyun really go to get the payment code. She wanna laugh a little. She will watch the show, do not need to think. Also know that after the failure of payment, this customer to find what the bank card limit or funds did not come over these excuses. She would like to see the payment failure. Jing Mo face embarrassed expression. There is no money to pretend. Nima. ZFB arrived at $80,000. The store's cash register cell phone rang with a beep. Feng Muyun's eyes were wide open with an unbelievable face. She thought that her ears were hallucinating, and the payment was really successful. She always thought that Jing Mo could not be so rich, and even later were planning to turn down the sound of the phone first, so as not to sweep the code. Failed. Jing Mo's face cannot hang. But she didn't expect that the payment actually succeeded, and there was really an extra $10,000 of manual fees. However, she is now a little embarrassed because just now she thought that such a rich person is too expensive for a few $1,000s of computer. It turns out that people are too cheap. Now people couldn't even look at the laptop and directly set up a desktop computer that was the most advanced in the world today. Her little head can't even turn around now. This single if done commission are nearly 10,000. They are really happy. The single then usually sell their own computers are easier. In fact, they did not say anything. They are with walking like a walk to come, like in the market to buy vegetables as bought a Genesis. He didn't even say a few more words. He came straight up and told himself the needs, and didn't even bargain, but instead gave an extra $10,000 for the manual labor. Feng Xiuxiu looked at the happy Feng Muyun. She was directly dumbfounded. The script is not written like this side of their own still dry mouth to the mother and son to introduce the computer the results of this mother and son this unsatisfied that unsatisfied, people will work this directly sold a Genesis. She was shocked and her jaw was about to drop. At this moment, she entertained the mother and son of which the mother spoke. I think the computer this thing affects the study now will not buy and so on you go to college and then buy. Then she took her reluctant son and left. Feng Xiuxiu's face was as full of iron when she saw this scene as a dead child. How is this possible? Looking at him he looked like a poor student. How could he have the money to buy a Genesis computer? He was wearing all cheap goods. But after seeing the bills and invoices all printed out she was even more remorseful. Why didn't she entertain Jing Mo? This pair of mother and daughter delayed her for half an hour, and as a result, she patted her butt and left. And the other person, Jing Mo, directly placed the order in a few words. She was really a dog's eye, letting go of such a big order for nothing. Feng Muyun's excited little face flushed red. This guest, you first sit down I go with you to pour a cup of water. You can rest assured that I will now contact the master overtime to give you group a computer. Now has more than 8 o'clock after another hour store closed. But people have money directly angry hand over $10,000 of manual fee. This master cannot come to install the computer When Feng Muyun to the master said 10,000 yuan of manual fee when just went to bed and wanted to make out with his wife's master directly put up his pants stage speed and passion. 10 minutes, right away. Master all the way throttle welded. Sparks with lightning. Less than 10 minutes sweaty riding an electric car to the store. Seeing the seated young man went forward is smiling and shook his hand. This guest, thank you for choosing our store. I must live up to my expectations will be your computer for you to get properly. Feng Muyun reminded with an embarrassed face. Which one is a part-time housekeeper? The real guest is over there. If you don't say that money can make the devil push the mill, the master has $10,000 to add directly to a layer of buff like that hands flying extremely fast. The hands of the computer are fast running out of sparks. Only half an hour will be computer host to installed. The cool chassis and the linked version of the prints, coupled with the construction in the Seaview room at a glance it was clear that the price was not high. The master wiped a handful of sweat from his forehead. Little Feng, come over here. Help this guest send the host home. He probably won't be able to install it. So you install it for him and come back. I'll give you an extra $1,000 for your hard work then. The mainframe is not the same as a laptop. It has a lot of circuits to debug, so you have to have a professional come to your home to teach you how to install the wires. Like how to connect the mainframe to the display, or how to connect the network cable to the mainframe. In fact, these simple things can also be found on the internet, but the store, in order to show respect, directly call the store's little beauty door-to-door installation. Chapter 22: How to buy a computer and send a woman. Feng Muyun was a bit shy because this was the first time she received such a task. But seeing that Jing Mo had created such a large commission for her she gladly accepted. Jing Mo spent a few more $1,000s of small money to buy some peripherals. This big bag Jing Mo alone is really not good to take away. Jing Mo and Feng Muyun left with these things in their hands. Jing Mo first brought Feng Muyun to his own parking spot. When she saw the Lamborghini, Feng Muyun's face was filled with a bitter smile. I see people are really rich young men, No wonder they spend tens of thousands of dollars to buy a computer. The expression on their face doesn't even change a bit. Jing Mo opened the front box and then installed the computer display and some peripherals. It seems that in the future you have to drive a Rolls-Royce to go out. This Lamborghini is really cool, but the practicality is really not strong. Feng Muyun stood nervously and helplessly next to Jing Mo's car, which was a supercar she had never seen in her life. Lamborghini, the most ostentatious luxury car in the girls' circle. Jing Mo went forward and opened the passenger door. This door really isn't very good to open. Feng Muyun carefully got into the passenger side. This was her first time sitting in a luxury car. Her little face was flushed with excitement. After Jing Mo got into the car, he drove the car back to school. Galaxy Electronics closed at 9 o'clock in the evening. Feng Xiuxiu cleaned up the depressed mood to change clothes, ready to get off home. Today is really bad, a few $1,000s just gave away. If she entertained Kyung Mo, this share of the commission will be hers. She came to her electric car, then pressed the car key in her hand. But the car's light actually didn't turn on. She had a bad feeling, quickly stepped forward to lift the car seat up. The original fragile heart is now even more was patched up a knife. The electric car battery was stolen. Heart like ashes. Feng Xiuxiu holding the electric car toward home, waiting for the traffic lights. Behind her sounded the roar of the engine. A Lamborghini was parked side by side with her, waiting for the stoplight. She glanced at the Lamborghini's co-pilot, who was a woman. Feng Xiuxiu was really envious. But this woman's appearance was very familiar. Upon closer inspection, wasn't this Feng Muyun who worked with her? Is that driver's seat sitting in the... Feng Xiuxiu stepped forward and squinted. And sure enough, it was the student who bought the computer. She now really hated to find a crack in the ground. She now and Feng Muyun compared to their own is really too down and out. And she was even more remorseful. Just thought that Jing Mo is a poor student. The result is that people are driving a Lamborghini. No wonder the payment is so easy to not drag the mud at all. She was really wrong this time. Now she lost not just a few $1,000s in commission, but the opportunity to get to know such a rich young man. If you can follow this rich young man to go home at night, and then what happens, then you will be developed. Even if that night does not happen, they then find a way to climb into his bed later. Then they can also eat for a long time. Rich young lovers around cannot be bad money. If then pregnant, hostage to the feudal lords, it is more likely to become a rich wife. Such a good opportunity to own actually handed over. In her world, to watch the coming Jing Mo brought Feng Muyun home. That means something has to happen. Otherwise not in line with the rich young man's persona. The opportunity to climb into bed was actually given to Feng Muyun. Really regret the intestines are green. The car can only be parked on the side of the road near the school now. Cars outside the school do not have the right to park in the school. It seems that you have to buy a parking space in the school. Jing Mo parked the car near the school after carrying the computer and Feng Muyun back to the dormitory. When they arrived at the door of the dormitory aunt stopped Jing Mo and Feng Muyun. This is the boys' dormitory. Female students are not allowed to enter. Jing Mo explained. Oh, this is the staff who bought me a computer and gave me home assembly to the dormitory to install it for me. The hostile auntie sized up Feng Muyun for a few moments with a skeptical face. Yes? Then you go and install it as soon as possible, and come down quickly when you're done. Jing Mo nodded obediently, then went upstairs with Feng Muyun to return to her dormitory. Jing Mo carrying things to the dormitory body is already tired. Carrying a computer to climb 6 floors is really not a person to do. It is really not possible to give the school to invest $1 million to install a few elevators. He now had to lament his own change of heart. Just half a day's time he accepted himself as a rich man's identity, with the system really cool. Jing Mo walked into the dormitory and saw Niu Yongyu and Fu Mingming, 2 people are lying on the table playing games. The other member of the dormitory did not come until now. It should be a leave of absence. Boss, you're back. What kind of computer did you buy? I go, it's still boss you directly bought a Genesis back. Feng Muyun walked into the dormitory after the 2 people were a little confused. Nowadays, buying computers are given to women? Big brother, where did you buy this computer and give away this kind of service? Do third brother and I have to recuse ourselves tonight? Niu Yongyu looked at Jing Mo with a lewd face. Fu Mingming said with an envious face, Boss, where did you buy this computer? I have to go buy one too. What are you 2 full of? People buy computers and give away services. Jing Mo looked at these 2 people with a look of contempt. Niu Yongyu nodded his head as if he understood. It should be the same as a car sale. After buying a car, you have to do something with the owner in the car. Boss, I understand. I'll go out for a night with Fu Mingming. In my cabinet there are new condoms. Super big ones you remember to use. Jing Mo griped. You don't need to emphasize on the super large model. Besides, people are just here to install my computer. You guys have really dirty minds. Fu Mingming stupidly asked. What about after installing the computer? Jing Mo. After installing the computer, people go back. Fu Mingming said with a puzzled face. You don't even eat the ducks that are brought to your door? Jing Mo was really speechless towards these two guys. Feng Muyun on the side of the nervous and helpless standing. Here is the boys' dormitory. This is also her first time to come. When going up the stairs, she has been lowered to go up. Even so, she can feel there are a lot of eyes to look at themselves. Besides, she only came to complete the task that the master explained to her. Absolutely no non-thinking. This kind of rich young man like Jing Mo was not something she could flatter. She is self-aware of herself. She does have a little bit of beauty. Usually there are boys chasing after her. But Jing Mo, this kind of person around the most, is the lack of women. Even if a rich young man has a girlfriend, he must also pay attention to a family. His own kind of people can only be a rich man's adopted lover. But Feng Muyun has her own bottom line. It is impossible to sell herself for money. Chapter 23. Forced Marriage. Jing Mo did not say anything polite to Feng Muyun. Said, as soon as possible to the computer installed, and then I send you home. Now it is already very late, and then delayed. Your family should be worried about you. Feng Muyun was reminded of this. As if she thought of something, the expression on her face changed. She hurriedly took her cell phone out of her pocket. Sure enough. Which one of you has a cell phone charger? My cell phone is dead. I have to send a message to my family or they will be worried. Feng Muyun had an anxious face. Fu Mingming glanced at Feng Muyun's cell phone model, then handed over his own charger. Just plug it into that charging port on the wall. After Feng Muyun charged his cell phone, the screen soon lit up. Just after it lit up, a phone rang. Feng Muyun picked up the phone. Mom, I'm busy working outside. Dead ninja not coming home so late. I don't know what you do all day. Just know to fool around outside. Your Uncle Wang's kid waited for you until now. Mom, I didn't say I don't want to have a boyfriend so early now. Can you stop introducing me? Why don't you understand your mom's good intentions? You don't know the conditions of Uncle Wang's family? The family owns a factory and earns $300,000 a month. Their children are just not very smart, but they are still very good. Feng Muyun clenched her teeth. So he's not too smart? Then he has cerebral palsy. You're asking me to find a cerebral palsy who is as good a mother as you are. The always good-tempered Feng Muyun's tone of voice also crumbled a bit. What did you say, dead niece? What do you care if he is cerebral palsy? His family has money on the line. If you can find more money than him, I guarantee that you love to go to where I absolutely do not care about you. Just at this time, the dormitory door came from the sound of boys chatting. Dead Neezy, where are you now? How do you have a man's voice around you? Could it be that you're with a man? What do you want to do with a man so late at night? How did I give birth to such a misbehaving daughter? Hurry up and tell me where you are. I'll take your father and beat you to death right now, you rebellious daughter. Feng Muyun angrily defended. I said I'm busy working. I am installing computers on other people's customers' side right now. What kind of computer are you installing? How much money can you earn in a month? You are a woman who will have to marry sooner or later. Isn't it good to find a rich man to live the life of a rich wife while you are still young? Why are you so ignorant? And what kind of dishonorable work do you do? You're still installing computers this late at night. Feng Muyun's mom directly a questioning trifecta. I don't care what you're doing right now. You come back immediately. Get along with Uncle Wang's son tonight, and get this marriage booked as soon as possible. Feng Muyun's entire face became bad when she heard this. Her face was suffocatingly red. Her face was aggrieved mixed with a crying voice. Mom, can you not force me to get married? I'm just 21. I don't want to get married so early, and I don't want to marry a cerebral palsy. Feng Muyun's mother was directly furious. Why are you so disobedient, you unfilial daughter? I've already received the dowry from the Wang family anyway. You have to get married. It's not up to you. Feng Muyun's face went white as soon as she heard this. For her, her whole life was probably over. Her youth was just starting out, and she actually had to marry a cerebral palsy. However, she still struggled a little bit. If you want to marry, you go ahead and marry. There's no way I'm marrying. Feng Muyun's mother began her moral abduction again. You unfilial daughter? Are you trying to piss me off? Your father is still sick. You don't think about me, you think about your father, can you? If not, think about your brother. Your brother is in school. Our family is borrowing money to pay his tuition. Do you know how much the Wang family gave you for the bride price? That's $1 million. Do you know how much a million is? With $1 million, your father will have money to cure his illness, and your brother won't have to worry about his marriage and tuition fees straight away. Listen to mom's words, who you marry is not a marriage, it's all about having a child and living a life. You go to the Wang family on their family conditions, you definitely won't live a bad life. Feng Muyun was silent on the other side of the phone. She had nothing to say. Closing her eyes tightly, a numb look appeared on that soft face. I know, I'll go back when I'm done. Hearing Feng Muyun agree, her mother sighed in relief and started to speak kindly. Little Yuna, there's no way around you being born in a family like ours. Our family raised you young, you have to return the favor. This is also something that can't be helped. Feng Muyun spoke in a trembling voice. I know, Mom. Stop it. I'll follow you in everything. Just marry whoever you say I should marry. After saying this, she hung up the phone. Having just experienced this kind of thing, Feng Muyun still forced herself to hold back her tears and squeeze out a smile. Sorry to make you all laugh. Fu Mingming said with a naive face. Is this a real mom? How about you go back and do a paternity test? Jing Mo hated to exhale him when he heard this. Is there such a thing as comforting people? Get lost. Don't talk nonsense if you don't know how to speak. Fu Mingming frowned. I'm telling the truth. Whose mom lets her daughter marry a cerebral palsy? Chick, if you can't, go to the hospital and check it out. In case it's really not biological, you can still run away. Niu Yongyu looked at Fu Mingming with a bored face. You are really stupid. Even if she is not biological, people have raised you for so many years. I guess the account has gone up. Legally they are still mother and daughter. Jing Mo felt that these two guys are really cerebral palsy. What time is still obsessed with the question of whether it is biological. Don't pay attention to these two guys. Their mouths are not serious. Why don't I send you home first? Have a good chat with your mother, there might be some turnaround. I'll just fiddle with the computer with my two roommates. Feng Muyun still insisted on setting up the computer before leaving. Not to mention that this chick really has professionalism. At this point in time, she doesn't think about leaving the country and running away. She's still here installing the computer. Damn, what's the use of going abroad? You didn't hear her mom say, people have money at home, and then unite their parents to go abroad to get her back what to do. The words are also right, really cannot go to the mountains as a savage so that you do not have to marry. Being a savage is better than marrying a man. Savages have no food and no shelter. They live in the wind. Who said that? I think it's good to be a savage, no one to control, do whatever you want, how free. Jing Mo listened to these two guys bull are crazy. Can you two shut up? People are so sad, you do not want to comfort a little. Net say some have no. There is no sympathy. Chapter 24. I bet he won't come back. The two people on one side of the chatter, Jing Mo was afraid to affect Feng Muyun's state. In case you cannot think of jumping from the 6th floor, what to do. These two guys really have no eyesight. Really want to jump, you think about a girl in the boys' dormitory, indoor there are 3 men. If this is known by the marketing number, that topic can really explode. In fact, Feng Muyun didn't show much, she is now disheartened. But these guys made a mess of their own heart is also a lot better. Things have been like this, cannot accept what can be done. It is difficult not really go to death. Anyway, it is better to die than to live. Feng Muyun will be the computer to Jing Mo connected, and then installed a system and debugged the various functions of the computer. Wait until everything is normal after the Cao Yongyu and Pei Mingming two people came up. When the computer is turned on, the screen lit up a defeat of the eyes of the screen. Niu Yongyu and Fu Mingming envy are almost out of the Hollister France. Although their family is not bad, even Fu Mingming can afford to drive the main Audi. How bad can the family? But a computer that is almost $100,000 they still dare not think about. It's awesome, boss, this computer of yours is worthy of being the top of the line configuration. Look at the refresh rate of this screen, if only I had one. Fu Mingming was almost sticking to the computer screen. Fu Mingming's computer was also a ROG laptop, but it was definitely not as good as Jing Mo's computer. Looking at the flashing boot screen, that logo really looked like the opening screen of a movie. It's really worthy of the eye of defeat. Big brother, can you let me play 2 games of 4,399? Get lost. It's a waste for you to play 4,399 with such a good computer. If you ask me, you should also play Plants vs. Zombies. Jing Mo held his forehead. If you two like, I'll buy you 2-1 each a computer is. Don't rob me to play. Fu Mingming and Niu Yongyu exhaled heavily in excitement. Big brother. One day for Big Brother, lifetime for Big Brother. You do big and I do small. From today onwards my life will be given to you. In the future, if there are any things, tell me at any time. As a little brother I will go through fire and water. Jing Mo felt really ashamed so snobbish in front of outsiders. Not so much, really not so much. Miss Feng, you give the master of your store that tomorrow let him set up 2 more exactly like me. Send it over at that time. The price is still the price that I bought before. Later I will put 160,000 into your store account. The commission counts as your good. Feng Muyun were shocked beyond words. Jing Mo spoke in a light tone as if he was talking about a very trivial thing. He bought 2 more units, the 3 units added up to more than $200,000, and his commission was more than $20,000. This is really luxurious, right? But when I think of my own mother actually selling herself to a cerebral palsy for $1 million, I am really worthless. People in this world are really different from each other. Okay. Wait for me to talk to the store's master tomorrow. Since things are done, I'll go back first. Feng Muyun got up and wanted to leave. I'll give you a ride. It just so happens that I have a car. I don't feel comfortable with a girl going back alone at night. Oh no, I don't feel comfortable. Feng Muyun looked at Jing Mo in doubt, thought about it and didn't refuse. Then I will thank you. It's fine, it's all trivial. Then let's go now. Then Jing Mo led Feng Muyun outside. Fu Mingming and Yo Yongyu looked at the two's backs. You say Big Brother will still come back at night? I'll bet you 100. I bet he won't come back. Don't bet. I also think he won't come back. Jing Mo walked downstairs and tapped his head. Bad. I don't have my car keys. Feng Muyun smiled and said, It's fine. Just go back and get them again. Forget it. Lamborghini's car keys didn't take. I brought Rolls-Royce's car keys, said Jing Mo, pulling out a Rolls-Royce car key from his pocket. Feng Muyun was speechless. Jing Mo is still looking forward to it, although he has driven a Lamborghini and is considered to be a man who owns a luxury car, but the Rolls-Royce himself has never driven, who still thinks he has too many cars. The system was very sweetly parked in a parking lot near the school. From a long distance, he saw the dark blue Rolls-Royce Phantom that was parked in the center of the parking lot with his own Lamborghini Big Bull. QMO walked over to the car. Get in. QMO pressed the car key in his hand. Taking the lead himself, he got into the car, then sat in the driver's seat and fastened his seatbelt. Rolls-Royce is worthy of being the top business car. The interior is simply too luxurious, leather seats, the steering wheel made of unknown material is really comfortable to touch. At this time, Feng Muyun also got into the car and sat in the passenger seat. Jing Mo, can I take the liberty of asking? How much do you charge for this car? Jing Mo touched his nose. There was no upper limit to the price of a Rolls-Royce as each one was different. System, how much does this car cost? System, this car is the most selected model of Rolls-Royce Phantom, customized with the exclusive color scheme of the host. This is a latest color, the only one in the world. The price is at 11 million RMB. Jing Mo was shocked. So expensive? This car is around 11 million. Feng Muyun by her side trembled in fear. Where is your home? Let me send you back. Feng Muyun timidly said, My home is in the neighborhood under Longchuan Bridge in Jiangdu District. Jing Mo nodded. All right then. Just wait until we get to the place and you can give me directions. Jing Mo began to start the car, then drove over towards his destination. Chapter 25. Can I be your lover? The Rolls-Royce gave Kyung Mo a particularly smooth driving experience, and the soundproofing was particularly good. Sitting in the car, one could hardly hear any sound from the outside world. In the car cannot feel a little bumpy feeling, even if it is pressed to a small stone or on a broken will feel a little shock. Other not to mention this car sitting is really comfortable, then the Lamborghini that is too comfortable. All the way on the car's atmosphere is very quiet. Feng Muyun do not know if the mood is not good. She looked out the window of the night scene silent. But Jing Mo saw the sadness in her eyes. So Jing Mo took the initiative to find a topic to comfort her. Your name is Feng Muyun, right? Yeah. I didn't say what my name was. I saw it when you signed the receipt voucher. So and then the two had nothing more to say. Jing Mo was still pondering what topic to find when Feng Muyun, who had been silent, opened her mouth and asked, Isn't your family very rich? Kyung Mo thought about it and subconsciously nodded. He himself should be considered rich now. Then how much money does your family have? Kyumo thought about it and didn't know how to answer because one's own back to the system money should not be able to spend. But one can't answer like that a bit Versailles. I don't know. I haven't counted it. Feng Muyun slowly nodded, then did not know what came to mind and continued to ask. Then does your family have any requirements for the person you marry? Jing Mo thought for a moment and replied, There shouldn't be any requirements. Feng Muyun looked at Jing Mo. Don't you rich people like to find lovers? Can I be your lover? Jing Mo thought he was hallucinating, but the car's soundproofing was so good that even the sound of a car shock couldn't be transmitted, so how could there be hallucinations? This almost made the steering wheel in his hand go off. Jing Mo looked at Feng Muyun with a sweaty face and didn't know what to say. Feng Muyun sort of went out on a limb. I know I'm not qualified to be your girlfriend. Rich people will be business marriage, also pay attention to a family, but I want to be your lover can? Jing Mo did not know how to answer. Before Jing Mo could speak, Feng Muyun continued to speak. If you agree, I don't need you to give me anything. Just come home with me tomorrow and pretend to be my boyfriend. I just don't want to marry a cerebral palsy. I'm begging you to help me once. Tears were already in her eyes when she said this, and those pink lips were shaking slightly from holding in her sobs. Jing Mo was a rich man. As long as she could get Jing Mo to play her boyfriend for once, her family would not have to marry a cerebral palsy if they knew she was dating a rich boyfriend. Wang Yuxuan's family is indeed rich, but can it be any richer than Jing Mo's? Every time the Wang family comes to drive a car is a Land Rover at most 1 million, Jing Missouri drive a car is more than 10 million. This can be compared? On the parents' money-loving look, how to choose they know. If you agree, open a room now, you can have me now, don't worry I'm still a virgin. I don't know if I was pushed to the limit. Feng Muyun's expression when she said this was not shy at all, as if this was a deal. At this moment, without waiting for Jing Mo to refuse, a beep sounded in his head. Agree to Feng Muyun's request and gain knowledge spice bar. Refuse Feng Muyun's request. Rewarded with a single villa. Faced with this choice, Kyung Mo definitely didn't need to think about it. That might be a single villa. In Y City, the price of a single villa that would have to be more than $10 million. I agree. I will book the hotel now. Jing Mo felt that he is not the kind of person who loves money. That kind of living in a villa is really too ostentatious, although I don't know what this knowledge chili is, but it is definitely good, definitely not his own gluttony of people's body. Hearing Jing Mo agree, Feng Muyun eyes lit up. Their own return tonight is estimated to be sent to that cerebral palsy bed by their parents. His own first time might as well be given to Jing Mo. At least Jing Mo was rich and handsome. System. Wasn't there also a Dragon Essence Durex rewarded before? System. Yes, host. Do you want to use it now? Don't talk nonsense. Give it to me quickly. System. If you can't, you can't, and you're still so arrogant. I really don't know where you got the confidence to say this to me. System, what do you mean? Who are you saying can't? And that awesome 18 styles. Hurry up and let me learn it. System. Look at your monkey-like behavior. The corner of Q Mo's mouth rose as some strange knowledge appeared in his mind. What that knowledge chorizo was, he didn't care at all. Driving the Rolls-Royce, he drove the car towards the most expensive hotel in Y City, the Evergreen Hotel. Now that it was nearly midnight, there wasn't a single car in front of the Evergreen Hotel, and Jing Mo just parked so generously in the open space in front of the hotel. A smart person will not dare to say a word. After stopping the car, Jing Mo brought Feng Muyun out of the car. After arriving at the hotel lobby, he said to the front desk waitress that he wanted to open the most expensive presidential suite. Feng Muyun was keeping her head down the whole way. She now felt like she was dreaming. She actually told a boy who was younger than herself that she wanted to be his lover. Feng Muyun, why are you so shameless? Seeing that Jing Mo really brought her to the hotel, along the way her heart was like a deer in headlights. It was about to jump out. Just so silently followed behind Jing Mo's, but did not dare to say a word, just like a robot. The two people entered the room. Since Feng Muyun entered the room, this person didn't dare to move at all. She sat stiffly on the edge of the bed, her body curled up. She subconsciously glanced at Jing Mo beside her. It had to be said that Jing Mo was really handsome, with three-dimensional and shapely features, outstanding temperament, and fair skin. Even the stars of the entertainment industry were no better. She was mesmerized for a moment, slowed down, and was a bit ashamed. She was actually so unreserved, showing infatuation with a boy in a hotel room. Would Jing Mo think she was a woman who puts D? Jing Mo reached out and squeezed her shoulders, snatching people so that the two were face to face. Feng Muyun, her cheeks slightly red, that touch of panic and tenderness in her eyes, looking at Jing Mo burning with desire. Jing Mo was also nervous, for the first time in 2 lives. Suddenly, Feng Muyun was pounced on, her body lying softly on the bed. Chapter 26. She exhaled like an orchid. The tips of the 2 noses were very close to each other, and Jing Mo kissed deeply. MMM. Feng Muyun did not struggle, then hugged Jing Mo. After a kiss, The two separated. Feng Muyun timidly asked, "Do you like it?" Jing Mo slowly nodded. "Of course I like it. This hand feel, it's really soft. Girls really are creatures without bones." Humph. Feng Muyun turned her face away, not wanting Mo to see her expression like this. Under the dim table lamp, Feng Muyun had a flush around the tip of her nose. "Then please be gentle." Feng Muyun's eyes glittered with crystalline teardrops before pursing her lips. Gradually Feng Muyun also gave Mo a response. She felt like there was a hot stove in front of her. Feng Muyun's hand cupped Jing Mo's hand, and her brows furrowed. Feng Muyun was worthy of being a Jiangnan woman. Not only was her personality soft, even her body was soft. Unexpectedly Feng Muyun's body was really good although not much inferior to Fan Qingxue. Both are beautiful women, just different personalities and bring different temperaments. The next morning Jing Mo slowly opened his eyes and looked at the beautiful person lying beside him, recalling what happened last night. Really refreshing. The two things produced by the system are really good, especially that dragon essence. That fighting power makes Feng Muyun beg for mercy. Jing Mo called the front desk of the hotel to have a breakfast sent to the room. The sound of talking woke up the sleeping Feng Muyun. She went to bed very late last night, and her body was falling apart from the tossing and turning. And this aspect Jing Mo seems to be very good at. Many postures were taught to him by hand. Now, after the two of them deeply communicated, Feng Muyun was also considered Jing Mo's woman. The breakfast in Y City is nationally famous and delicious. What crab roe soup dumplings, dried silk, waste flour noodles, all suitable for breakfast. Jing Mo didn't know what Feng Muyun liked to eat, so he ordered all of them. Feng Muyun was a bit touched by the large table of sumptuous breakfast. Her own breakfast has always been to deal with 2 bites and then finished. Almost no one will care if she has eaten breakfast. During the meal, Jing Mo added Feng Muyun's WeChat and directly waved his hand and transferred $1 million to her. "You first take and spend. Not enough and then give me. I have nothing, poor only money." Feng Muyun looked at the cell phone screen only to feel that the whole head exploded. $1 million. Feng Muyun had never seen so much money in his life. His voice stuttered as he spoke. No. I can't accept it. We're just trading. After you meet my parents, we won't be in contact again. Yakking, I think you just suffer death." "Wrong yet. Wrong. Do you accept the money?" "Yes." "Are you still in touch?" "Yes. I'm in touch. Why do you want to pull up your pants and not recognize me?" Feng Muyun woke up at noon, holding onto the wall. She opened her cell phone and saw more than 40 missed calls, all from her own mother. This time she had the courage to call directly. "How do you go back this niece? How dare you stay out at night? People's Uncle Wang is angry. Where are you?" Up came the mother's questioning. "I dated a boyfriend. I'm with him now." "I knew it. You little Tai Hoof actually found a man outside. I'm telling you, break up with this guy right now and go home. Your Uncle Wang said to wait for you until 12 noon. If you don't come back, he'll ask for the dowry back. If this money is taken back, your father will have to die in the hospital." Feng Muyun sighed, then helplessly said, "I'll go back right away." Hanging up the phone, Feng Muyun looked at Jing Mo. "Jing Mo, are you free today? Can you come home with me?" Jing Mo thought for a moment and said, "To see your parents?" Feng Muyun nodded. "She's urging me to go back and get married. Since you're going to see your parents, don't you have to buy something to go back? Isn't it bad for me to go empty-handed?" Feng Muyun said while wearing her clothes, "Just buy whatever you want." Jing Mo was a bit distressed. What exactly should I buy? There is no Niu Yongyu around. The Dot King is not around. It's better to call him later and ask. After the two packed up, Jing Mo took Feng Muyun out of the hotel. The security guard at the entrance was guarding the Rolls-Royce. "Hello, customer. I have been guarding your favorite car." Jing Mo nodded and pressed back a sentence, but casually slipped a $1,000 tip as he passed by. Where did he care about these things? The matter of meeting a girl's parents, he didn't have much experience. In the end, what should I buy? Yun, can you drive? Jing Mo's relationship with Feng Muyun has also gotten a lot closer now, and now speaks by her nickname. Feng Muyun obediently nodded. "I have a driver's license, but I haven't been on the road." Jing Mo pointed at the Rolls-Royce and said, "Then you drive. I need to make a phone call." Feng Muyun's heart shivered when she heard this. This more than $10 million car, walking villa, if she bumped into it, how much money would she have to pay? Jing Mo, as if he saw her concern, comforted, It's okay, you can drive casually. I still have it if it's broken. So Jing Mo trustfully handed over the car keys to Feng Muyun. He himself got on the passenger side and took out his folding screen Huawei cell phone and made a call to Niu Yongyu. Hello? Got up yet? Hey, boss, what did you do last night? As soon as the phone was connected came Niu Yongyu's lewd laugh. Jing Mo glanced at Feng Muyun, who had just gotten into the car and carefully started it. I was Tung Yun last night. Niu Yongyu was a bit puzzled after hearing this. But Feng Muyun beside her face turned red. Fu Mingming's voice came again from the other side of the phone. Whose call is it? Boss's. Oh,